Hello and welcome to Build Up to a Good Game. We're now in 5 minutes away from kickoff at Villa Park as it's Aston Villa against West Ham United. The teams are out. You've got the West Ham screen scrolling along the bottom there, and you've got the Aston Villa team to the left of me. The West Ham graphic is not quite right yet, but we'll get it up when it's available. Anyway, let's just get straight into it, shall we? It's not the best starting 11. I was a little bit disappointed by the lack of youth from Graham Potter in today's game. I thought there was a good opportunity to play at least one youngster. Casey, the one in particular, I would have started or prioritised. And I appreciate why he's a bit nervous to start a centre-back. But if it ain't today, when's it going to be? We've only got one fit centre-back. You'd imagine from this game forward, we will always have at least two. So it's near on impossible to get Casey game time in that regards. So I think I'm a little bit disappointed because when Potter arrived, he made a big song and dance of playing players from the academy, and he's backed it up. He's backed up by playing all his skulls at Villa Park a couple of weeks ago. But then I think he was maybe a little bit I was disappointed to see him drop him for the Fulham game. Now, obviously, nothing happened. We went on to win that game. But Skulls, off the back of a man-and-match performance, was dropped. Got game time in there, though. Orford and Skulls played against Crystal Palace. So he has been a man of his word thus far. But with Casey, a bit disappointing. However, I guess he sees him in training and we do not. So he might be looking at Casey thinking this guy ain't ready. Whereas with Skulls and Orford, he might be thinking these are ready to play in the Premier League. But regardless, doesn't mean I'm not going to be disappointed or I'm going to pretend to be happy about it. Soufal and Aaron Creswell in the back three. Could be a bit of a long afternoon for West Ham. Let's take a look and see what you're all saying in the live chat in just a second. Obviously, as you can tell, riding solo today. Gonzo is unavailable for the build-up show. He will be watching the game, doing his review in the forum channel as usual. But the West Ham team, for those unaware, in goal is Alphonso Areola. Lucas Fabianski dropped to the bench this afternoon by Potter. A back three, and it's a case of guess. Soufal and Wan-Bissaka, they're both playing. One of them will be sort of right centre-back in a back three. The other one will be wing-back. I think what we seen at Villa Park a couple of weeks ago was that Soufal would be the centre-back and Wan-Bissaka as wing-back. Personally, I'd flip it round. I'd prefer to see Wan-Bissaka as a central defender and Soufal right wing-back. I think Soufal's better in the final third. And I think Wan-Bissaka's the better defender, so I think it makes sense. But I've got a feeling it might be the other way around, and we'll see Soufal in the back three with Kilman in middle and Creswell to his left. Emerson left wing-back. In midfield, we've got Thomas Souček and Edson Alvarez. Then I guess it's a case of guessing again what you're going to do up front. We've got Paqueta, Kudus and Soler. Now, obviously, Soler will be one of the number 10s, but which one will be the striker out of Kudus and Paqueta is anyone's guess. We could, I suppose, have two up front, if you like, and we want Wan-Bissaka really pushing down that line, which we might see, but I think Kudus will be a number 10. So I'm going to guess, my guess, let's see if the West Ham team is available yet from no, because they've still got Somerville. That's their prediction. For some reason, they've got Somerville in there. Come on, change it, please. They've got the Villa one right. So my guess is that we will have Soufal centre-back and also Kudus in the number 10 with Soler, and Paqueta will be the one that's central. But regardless, while we're down to slim pickings for Potter, he's not got much to choose from. When you have a look at the bench, he doesn't get much better. It is disappointing. For context, there's no Somerville and no Jared Bowen. In fact, I'll just tell you what the West Ham bench is now. We've got Fabianski and Foderingham on there. Back to this two goalkeeper thing, malarkey. Guilherme's on the bench with Danny Ings, as well as Rodriguez and Irving. Then we've got the three youngsters in Casey, Skulls and Orford. So it's slim pickings. There's not a senior player on there that I was hoping to see start today. There isn't one. The ones that are on the bench that I would have liked to have seen start are the academy products. So he's not got too much to choose from. And I think when you look at the bench that Villa's got, as the game goes on, I think only one manager's going to be confident of changing things to go on and get the 3 points this afternoon. And I don't think it's going to be our one. Right then, thank you very much for joining me though. We're going to take a look at the Aston Villa team, although it's up there on the screen. Please do drop a like on the video by clicking the thumbs up. That would be much appreciated. And also subscribe to Hammers Chat, and I'll be turning to the live chat in just a few minutes time. But before we do that, actually, let's take a few comments and then we'll have a little look at the Aston Villa team. Gaza says, no Somerville, not even on the bench. I don't understand that one. Bonus, he's injured. He's just back from injury. I prefer it taking a little bit of time and making sure that they're ready to play rather than rushing them back. Joe says, I see no Scarl starting again. Was Potter gaslighting us when he started him in the cup? Got man of the match, so he's clearly good enough. I wouldn't go that far. I appreciate the disappointment. I'm disappointed too, but I wouldn't say that just yet. Gary said it's dreadful. There's no excuse for having a couple of loan signings in since Palace. Here we are again. N5 says we're going to get battered, and Guilherme perhaps deserves a start. John says looking at the bench tells you everything you need to know. Good luck. Come on, you Irons. Rocky thinks Scarl should have started over Soufal or Creswell. Paul says, seeing Creswell lets you know we're not going to be playing aggressively. Major's on the 10% stout today, getting through the game. Someone was asking for a film recommendation. Steve says it's going to be a long 90 minutes for us today. Ed's starting to go off. Potter, I would rather see the younger players rather than the oldest players. I wouldn't say I'm going off him. I'm disappointed in the lineup, but that's about it really. It doesn't change my opinion of him long term. I just think it's an opportunity wasted. The thing is, I feel confident the youngsters will come on. Scarls and Orford, I feel confident they will get subbed on today, so they will get game time. I think he's just gone with the experience and perhaps keeping it tight and then bringing on the younger players. Iron says, as strong as our bench, I get why Somerville and Bowen aren't on it. Injuries like that take time. But I would have brought youth or the bench in particular Scarls. Charlie can't see it going well, but the defence is not too bad. Well, I'm glad you feel like that. I'm dreading it, to be honest with you. Andy said, this is our squad today. 25 days into transfer window. It's not good enough. Robin says, Potter has reason that we're likely to struggle for the next few games and doesn't want to tarnish youngsters with that experience. David says, neither Soufal or Wan-Bissaka are wing-backs. That's crap from Potter. All the excitement gone. There's no way Casey will get game time ever now. What's the point in him missing the under-21s games? Brian said, I have more faith in that foot muff that I got from Christmas than winning today. That foot muff is still where it landed during the podcast. Danny says it's a crap lineup. Creswell and Soufal will get roasted, so we're going to have to sit deep. Potter's morphing into the two managers before him. Adam says maybe senior players should steady his shit and bring on the younger players. I think that's the plan. It's a risky one because it involves keeping a clean sheet, and if you concede first and in the first half, your whole game plan's out the window. But I think that is perhaps his intention today. Chris says, I think this is not a game for the younger players. Away from home versus a very good organised side like Villa, I think the youth will be used. The problem with that, Chris, I get what you're saying, right? I do get it. But the one thing I will say is that Ollie Scarl started at Villa Park a couple of weeks ago and was man of the match. So there's evidence just from 2 weeks ago to sort of go against that one. Possibly Gonzo. I'll get him to text me. Gonzo, if you're watching, text me if it's you. But Gonzo or somebody pretending to be Gonzo says very demotivating for Casey if he doesn't get on today. It's a Gonzo comment. But there you go. He's tuning in. He's kind of with us. Charlie says, for context, why I think the defence is okay. Thank you. I like this. Soufal and Creswell both not quick enough to be full-backs or wing-backs, but both can tackle and are aware. Wan-Bissaka is doing bits and Creswell is good at left centre-back. I'm actually okay with Creswell left centre-back. I'm more concerned with Soufal at right centre-back than I am with Creswell. I think Creswell's slow, but I think he reads the game really well. And I think delivery-wise, I think he's possibly our best open play and set pieces. So I'm okay with him. It's Casey. I would have had Casey in for, and to be honest with you, it's the only change I would have made to the starting 11. I would have brought Casey in for Soufal. Apart from that, I would have probably picked the other 10 from the players available. Hopefully it works. We're going to discover, aren't we, this afternoon? Right then, let's take a look and see what Aston Villa are going to do. I'm going to do their bench first because then I can put my phone down and have a chin wag. The bench for Villa is as follows. They've got Olsen on there as well as Who's Zich? I'm not sure who Zich is. And then they've got Bagard and Garcia. Matson's on the bench. John McGinn's back from injury. Their new signing, Malin, is on the bench. Buendia's on the bench. And, of course, John Duran is on the bench as well. So a very strong selection of players for Emery to choose from. And the starting 11 for Aston Villa, Martinez in goal with Cash, Konsa, Mings and Dean at the back. Tielemans and Kamara in midfield. Ramsey on the left, Bailey on the right, Rodgers in the number 10 and Ollie Watkins up front for Villa. It's a good Aston Villa team and it's a very good Aston Villa bench. That's what's concerning me for this one. So I think it's difficult to see anything other than a home win, truth be told. They've got really good players all over the park, whereas we're struggling in various areas. And then if the starting 11 doesn't quite cut it, you can turn to the bench and bring on John Duran and John McGinn and Malin. Wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. But this is the significant difference. I can almost predict what's going to happen today because we've seen this story before, and I don't mean the John Duran story. We've seen that in August. Andy says plenty of the players on their bench walking toward. I think pretty much all of them. All maybe not Olsen. I don't know who Zich is or Zeke. Bagard, we'll discount him. Matson would get into our team. McGinn, Malin, Buendia, Duran. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 players. Garcia, I don't know enough about. So at least 5 of their players on the bench should get into the starting 11. And you can make a strong argument for others as well. But I'll tell you what the story that I feel is already written because we've seen it in previous seasons at West Ham. And it's not just the Duran one. It's Malin will come on and impact the game. The new signing will come on and impact the game and say, this is what happens if you do your business early enough in January. Because Malin's already been there a week. He's had a week's training with the Villa squad. It's not like he was signed on Friday and he's straight into, on the bench. He's prepared for this game. So I think that's the concern or the frustration there, I think, to some extent. I can see it. Malin is going to set up or score a winner. AS thinks Malin's going to embarrass us. Yeah, he's going to come on and I think he's going to cause Creswell or Soufal a little bit of bother. But anyway, let's turn to the live chat. I'm going to look for some positive comments if there is any. Nope, none of them. I can't. Here we go. Dumb says lineup isn't that bad with what we have available. What could he have done? Go for the draw. Get a sign in this week. 6 months time, youngsters will be up to scratch with Potter's tactics. There we go. Thomas says concerned with Soufal. We eradicate his only strength if he's right centre back. I agree with Thomas, by the way. I think he also exposed his weaknesses, that pace, that one-on-one defending. M5 says a decent Villa side will do well to get anything. Bite your hand off for the draw. Bite your hand off. Jones says where there's life, there's hope. Quiz says our bench has an average age of 26, which should be good. Yeah, it's so imbalanced. I think whilst that's true, I think the difference is that it's like 3 academy players, and then you've got a couple of, and then Guilherme as well. He's not an academy player, but he's the age of one and has the experience of one. And then you've got the untested at this club and level and Andy Irving on there. And then you've got Lucas Fabianski and Wes Foderingham really drawing the average up so it looks good. If you were to remove those goalkeepers, the average age of our bench would be pretty low. You know, it's two extremes, isn't it? We've got the academy players, then we've got Foderingham, Fabianski and Danny Ings, and then Irving in the middle of them all. So 26, but I think it's a bit misleading. Richard said, worried that Potter will stop using the youth once the senior players are fit. I don't care who would start this game. Justin Creswell and Soufal is worrying. Fraser says playing for a draw isn't the worst thing. Gets a point on the board, which is about all we have left for this season. Mark is positively fuming. Darren says Potter has inherited the worst things from a previous regime. I feel sorry for him playing under our ownership. His choice to take the job, I know, but until Sullivan buggers off. Vinny says could still win 11v11. Anything can happen. Potter's a good manager and man manager. That's why Listen, I'm disappointed by the starting 11, but like I said, I'd only make one change. Casey in for Soufal, so I can't complain too much, I don't think, given that Somerville and Bowen are unavailable. I guess one big positive from today is that Somerville and Bowen should be back for the Chelsea game next week. There you go, there's a positive for you to cling on to. I appreciate I'm scraping the barrel, but that's where we're at here. But I'm still reasonably looking forward to the game because of Graham Potter, because a week on the training pitch, I'm looking to see what he's come up with. The players should now be tuned into what he wants them to do. In previous games, 3 games in 8 days, it's difficult to get your message across, get the players ready, get them set up and playing how you want them to. Not much time on the training pitch. Well, that excuse is gone now. Potter offered up the reasons for subbing Kudus and Paqueta was fatigue. Not starting Solar against Palace was down to a niggle and fatigue. Let's give him the benefit of the doubt and take it at face value. None of that today. We've had a week's rest. So I'm hoping to see a more energetic performance from us today. And I think we will, similar to what we've seen at Villa Park 2 weeks ago. And also Fulham. I thought every player gave 100% against Fulham. I thought it was a really committed performance. So we can do a bit of that today. Maybe we can get something. I'd bite your hand off for a point. A point would be a good result today, regardless of player availability. Villa Park's not an easy place to go, and this isn't an easy team to play against. So if we could get something, I'd be very happy about it. Linda's asking where the West Ham lineup is. It's at the bottom of your screen, but let me just see if the it's available yet. There you go. Now I can let the carousel just flick around itself. Obviously, we're looking at that lineup. I'd say swap Solar and Souček, and I think that's what the West Ham 11 will look like. Personally, I think swap Kudus and Paqueta as well, but we don't do the graphics. It's from a data place, and let me just check the Villa one. I agree with how they've got the Villa team set up. So there you go. That's your West Ham team's now on the screen, Linda, if you have a little look at it, or it will be in just a second. Brian says, here's some positive news. Villa record this year to play in Champions League is poor. I believe they've only won once. How about you tune into the match preview, Brian? But to confirm, they have only won once, and it was the first one of the season to beat Wolves, I think. And since then, 5 Champions League games, 5 Premier League games without a win, drawing against Man United and Bournemouth, getting beat by Chelsea and Liverpool and Arsenal, maybe. Can't remember. But anyway, 3 defeats and 2 draws in the last 5 games post-Champions League. So hopefully, that's a bit of a good sign. People tell me Spurs are still losing, which is always nice to see, I guess. I enjoy it, I guess. Mike says Potter got deal with Moyes and Lopetegui's misfits. We've got a team, half a team worthy of the Premier League. Right, time to do our little bet giveaway. What we fancy? Come on then, pop into the live chat. Pop it into the live chat and let's get a little bet on. And you know the story. If it wins, one of you will get the money. Right, where are we? Let's load it up. Anyone fancying anything for the bet this afternoon? I appreciate you're all going to say Aston Villa win, but apart from that, is there anything else? Anything else? Anyone fancies? Mandy reckons 3-0 Villa. I won't put that in the bet. I'm going to struggle to almost want that to win. So everyone's saying a Villa win. Alvarez booking Duran goal. Okay, we can't do Duran because he's on the bench, but we can do the Alvarez booking. So let's pop that one in. Soufal card, Wan-Bissaka assist, Soufal card. A lot of calls for Soufal card. So let's do Alvarez and Soufal booking and start with that. Duran goal. Well, we're not going to do a Duran goal because he's on the bench. So that would be a silly thing to do, because if he came on with a minute to go, the bet's valid and we've got a minute for him to do something. But we can put an Ollie Watkins goal if that's what the live chat wants. West Ham, no shots on target. I don't know about... I don't want to put anything sort of negative towards West Ham in it, truth be told. Gonzo's in the live chat saying Souček goal. That won't be going in. Don't mind it usually, but not when he's playing central midfield. But there's a lot of calls for Souček, Kudus, foul goals. Now I know you're all just having a little bit of fun. Been waiting for it for a while, haven't we? Soufal booking. We've got the Soufal booking. Soufal booking is on. Alvarez booking is on. I just need one more thing. Watkins goal. We just need one more thing to sort of... I know, I'll do Rodgers shot on target because I'm a big fan of him and he's usually decent odds. That'll do. That will do. We'll round it up to 150 quid. Right. If this bet wins, someone will win £150 cash tomorrow. I usually say tonight, but there's a game on TV tonight and I'm intending on watching it. So if this bet wins, someone will win 150 quid tomorrow. It won't be Gonzo. Although, Gonzo, if you're still watching, if you would like to put a phrase that pays in or text me on WhatsApp a phrase that pays, that can be the phrase. Edson Alvarez to be booked. Vladimir Soufal to be booked. Ollie Watkins to score a goal. Live chat's choice, not mine. I didn't pick it. Live chat did. My choice. Morgan Rodgers shot on target. So those 4 things win. Someone will win 150 quid. As I always say, Gonzo's face that pays. We're not going to have one. I forgot. Because I need the live chat. It's time to chat to the live chat. So all you have to do to enter is be subscribed to Hammer's Chat. Subscribe. Drop a like on the video by clicking the thumbs up. And get your thoughts into live chat about the West Ham team, the Villa team. Any big hopes or fears you have about the game. There's got to be a valid thought. You can't just put hello. That don't count, right? It's got to be an opinion about one of the two teams, the lineups, or how the game's going to go. Not score predictions, though. I don't like score predictions. Right, let's see what you're all saying. Everybody's saying we're getting Rodgers. That would have been a good phrase that pays, but I need the live chat. Go on, just text me one. To be fair, it's quite a good one. We'll go with Gonzo's phrase that pays. I'll give it... Get your thoughts in anyway. Gonzo's phrase that pays. We ain't got no cash. That's a good phrase that pays. I like it. That's a funny one. Get into the live chat. We ain't got no cash. And if that bet wins, someone will get the money. Mario said, I'm interested to hear if you think we'll pose any sort of attacking threat. Not really. 4 shots against Fulham. 5 shots against Crystal Palace. None on target. It's difficult to think that we're going to suddenly turn into a really good attacking side today. I think we're going to struggle, quite frankly. I think we're going to struggle to get too many efforts at goal. When somebody put in, it might have been a little bit tongue-in-cheek, but I think they were being a bit genuine as well when they said, West Ham to have no shots on target. There's a lot of merit in there. I think there's a stronger argument for that than other things that was into the live chat. So there you go. I'm not too hopeful for today. I think Villa were poor midweek. I watched them against Monaco. I watched the first hour, 65 minutes or something. And they weren't very great. Konsa and Mings were misplacing passes. They looked a little bit tired. I thought the better player on Tuesday night was Buendia, who's not started today. Will likely come on, as well as Malin. Signed a new contract, Buendia, or he's going to sign a new contract as well. So that's his future committed to the club for the next couple of seasons at least anyway. So... yeah, I'm not looking forward to this game. I think because I've written off the season, I'm quite calm about it. I appreciate a lot of people talking about relegation, but when you look at the league table, Ipswich have got to win about half their games between now and the end of the season in order to finish above us, assuming we do crap as well. It's not going to happen. It'll take something horrifically bad for us to get relegated. So because I've written off the season, I'm pretty calm. Skizzo saying, if we scored first, do you think we could hold out? Maybe. I'll tell you why. I think Villa have looked a little bit vanilla recently. They're lacking in a little bit of creativity. And defensively, us in the low block, we might be okay. But then when we played Villa a couple of weeks ago, we tried to hold out for 45 minutes and didn't manage at all. But remember their first goal? Corner that wasn't meant to be a corner, which changed the game completely. So you never know. But the problem is, I don't see us scoring the first goal. I hope I'm wrong. Trust me, I hope we're wrong. I draw and I'm buzzing. Zanita says Sufal's better in the final third, but Wan-Bissaka gets us up the pitch. So can we afford to play him at centre back? He's not wrong. I agree with that one. Double H saying we're playing in the Mackies. We're playing in the white one. We're playing in the white kit today. That's why I assume the West Ham player, this graphic up in a second, has got us in the white shirts. Maybe not. Iron says Suchek with a goal off his pelvic bone. Whatever. I don't care how he scores. Not bothered. Osbedian says we've got no cash unless it's for a Salt House client. We've always got a bit of money for him, haven't we? His clients are the best clients, apparently. Steve says he can't see us keeping a clean sheet with this lineup. We've got 2 keepers on the bench. Bring them both on. Sorted. Andy said Potter's desperate to play a back 3, but we don't have the squad to do it. Need to adapt, in my opinion. Wright says, looking at this lineup, we are really down to the bare bones. Given the lack of players, I would be ecstatic to get a draw in this match. Bowen and Somerville are back in training. So this... No, I think there'll be a second comment coming. Mancunian says, what a ridiculous defence. Playing 3 centre-backs and 2 of them are full backs. I had a look earlier. Creswell played according to Transfer Market, who I think is a very good website, a lot of credentials. I'm happy to take their word for it. Creswell's played 51 games as a centre-back, obviously under David Moyes when we played that back 3, so he's experienced there. I know he's not a centre-back, but I think he plays it as a... And this is my concern. Usually when we've seen it with Moyes, and even in the brief spells with Lopetegui, we've had a fullback playing centre-back who goes forward, or at times the guy in front of him will push forward and he'll then get forward as well. A little bit, and the 2 centre-backs will cover. Alvarez might cover as well. But there's always been 1 fullback and 2 centre-backs. But today with 2 fullbacks, be interesting how we go about it. Is Creswell going to be getting down the left to support Emerson? Or is Soufal and Wan-Bissaka going to be doing the double up? Which would be risky, because that would mean leaving Creswell at the back with Kilman, 2 left footers. I'm not sure about that. That would make me a little bit nervous. I'm hoping Creswell's the one that gets forward. Colin says, looking at the lineup, how did we not bring back Potts? I don't think the issue's the midfield, to be honest, though, Colin. I understand what you're saying, by the way, but I don't think the midfield's the problem. I think it's the centre-backs and the attack and the wing-backs. And the goalkeeper, nah, I don't know. Westwood says we'll get a set piece from a Paqueta dive and Creswell is going to deliver some gold. Ethan said Porter did this a bunch at Chelsea, moving fullbacks in on either side of a single centre-back. I was having a look at his game against... I was trying to have a look at Potter versus Emery as managers, and they've only faced each other twice, and obviously one of them was 2 weeks ago. So just once have they come up against each other for previous clubs, and it was when Potter was at Chelsea and Villa won 2-0, and I just had to look at the team just to see a bit of context really, see if it triggered a memory or anything. It didn't, but Ruben Loftus-Cheek was right wing back in that game for Chelsea. I forgot he went through that period of playing Ruben Loftus-Cheek as a right wing back, so fun. Danny said, would have been a good opportunity to give 1 or 2 of the academy players a go, but understand you have to respect the senior squad players. Don't want to lose his dressing room. The thing is, a lot of them are out in the summer anyway. Dan says it's so obvious that the week we put in a ridiculous bid for Duran, he's going to come on and score, just like he did in the first game of the season after we failed with bids prior to that as well. Jeff saying Tottenham lost a 6-point relegation battle. James says surely shifting Alvarez to centre-back and putting Rodrigo into midfield would be better. Rodrigo? I combined his names there. Possibly. And there was a couple of subscribers in this morning's video saying that we should be doing that. But Michael's thinking, will we get anyone to do chat? No, it'll probably be Sullivan and whatever. And I think West Ham are hiring third-party agents to do our transfer negotiations. Gonzo's better placed to speak about this than I. He's more informed, but from what I gather from Gonzo, there is a couple of agents who have been tasked with doing the negotiations on behalf of West Ham, and it's not Silkman or Salthouse, I should add, because I know what the comments are going to say. Neither of those two. And I think they're the ones handling the transfer activity during this window, not Macaulay. There's no evidence Macaulay's a negotiator, though. A talent identifier, perhaps. Ian said, I have faith in Potter, but would have liked Scars instead of Emerson. Casey for Sufal, amen. Jazza says Souček needs to get his spud gun out and get on the end of long balls with some potatoes, salad, bullet headers. A bit too deep today, unless Solar's going to sit in and put Souček forward. I think what we're going to see, though, is I thought one of the issues we had against Crystal Palace was the centre midfield weren't taking the ball from the centre-backs enough. I thought we were really struggling to get the ball moving through the lines, and I can't see that changing with Alvarez and Souček today when we didn't do it with Alvarez and Rodriguez. So maybe having Souček as a number 10 and Carlos Soler as a centre midfielder might actually be the way to go here, because it would get Soler run the ball from a deep position, has Souček up front for that aerial threat, and it means we can go long if we want to with Souček for a little pitch. I think I've almost convinced myself that that's what I'd rather see, to be honest with you, but we'll see, wait and see. Right then, thank you very much for joining us. Keep liking the video if you can. Lewis says, I know this isn't related to the game. I've just read an article that Lopetegui might be getting the Belgium job and asked West Ham if he could keep getting compensation. Do one. Absolutely do one. I'm glad. I hope that would suggest that West Ham just put him on gardening leave. And he can't get another job. Well, he can, but as soon as he does, he gives up his West Ham payments and someone else pays his wages, saves us a few bob. So hopefully that is the case, and he's itching to get back into management and do something. But we'll wait and see. Sullivan will be praying that he gets another job. Barry said, I'd rather see Soler go forward and shoot, as we know he's got a good right foot. We know Souček's got a good head. To be fair, Souček's good in the box. It's the 18 in between 18-yarders. He's a problem, but in the 18-yarder, he's quite bloody instinctive in there. Bang! Some of his goals have been some tidy finishes. Was it Everton? Yeah, it was. It was Everton away. Remember that one? That chest and sort of curling effort into the far corner. Beautiful. Joshua saying that Lopetegui got rejected. I thought I'd read that he'd been rejected, but I'd be lying if I said I paid loads of attention to the rumours regarding Lopetegui and or the Belgian job. Right then, just want to quickly point you in the direction of our Patreon, if you don't mind. This is where you can support Hammers Chat, and it's the best way to support Hammers Chat. And we're 19 patrons off a milestone, so I don't know, if 19 of you are watching and fancied giving it a go, please do, because we can celebrate. Nothing's going to happen. Nothing changes. It's just an achievement for us here at Hammers Chat. We got a prediction competition running at the minute over on Patreon for this game, where you guess the first goal scorer and you guess the correct score. And if you're right and there's multiple winners, you're going to bowl, select one overall winner, and there's signed prizes up for grabs. Today, we've got the signed Jimmy Walker autobiography. That's up for grabs. We've got signed Julian Dick's captain's armband. That's up for grabs. We've got this t-shirt. Up for grabs. If you're an addict and you win it, you win this t-shirt, which has been signed by Sir Trevor Brooking. So maybe if you fancy a little bit of prediction competition, head on over there. Loads of content, online store discount, entry to giveaways, patreon.com/Hammers Chat. It's the best way to support the channel, and you can do it from 90 pence per week. Well, £3. It's £3 per month plus your VAT on top of it. So a total of £3.60 per month, 90 pence a week to support us. If you took away Patreon, we wouldn't be doing Hammers Chat on YouTube every single day. Now, for a lot of people, they're hey, I'm dead. They're not joining now. Will you two bugger off? But for those of you that want myself and Gonzo to stick around creating content every day, Patreon's the best way of ensuring that happens. And there's always one or two patrons in the live chat that will give us a bit of a Trustpilot review on the go. So if you're debating it, watch the live chat, and we've got trials as well, so you can give it a go for a week without paying a penny. Get a week's worth of content for free. Gonzo's had a few transfer exclusives on there. I'm going to say it, we were the first ones to talk about Andre Silva. We were the first ones to commit to Tim Steiden going. There's a couple of others as well. Give it a go over the next week. It's going to be busy. Transfer deadline day next Monday, so get involved. Right then. Let's see. Brian saying, patrons, make sure you check out this week's Naked podcast. It will make you laugh. We're just complaining about stuff, to be honest with you. Have we seen Ariola's hair? No, I'm not going to read that name out in case there's a dodgy one. Clayton says, Sullivan messing up the transfers. Potter also had it written into his contract that the board had no say. Is common knowledge. The thing is, though, you can have no say, but then sort of if Potter goes, I don't want that guy, go, okay, well, you can have this guy who happens to be a Salt House client, or you can have nobody. Who would you like? And if Potter goes, well, I'll have the Salt House client, please, because I need someone. And technically, Potter has picked him, if that makes sense. There's ways around it. It's, I don't know, the David Sullivan playbook. Here it is, the David Sullivan playbook. It's in there. There's nothing written in here. David Sullivan, that's how you do it. Give them a 50-50 choice. Your choice, Salt House client or nobody. They will tend to pick the client. And then you can blame them. Say it was their pick. Not wrong. Dave's an addict. He thinks it's very good value for money. Michael's asking, what does it say on his graphic? Does it say talentless? I don't actually know what it says. This is obviously just his full name, but I don't know what the letters are. Steve's an addict as well. He says great daily content, gets him through the dog walks. And Barry's saying it's worth the money, more videos and more interactions. So there you go. Thank you very much. Paul, great content, breakfast show and opposition analysis. Hey Paul, you flirting with me. That's the videos I've been doing today. Thank you very much. Right then, thank you to 3 people. We've got Charles. Thank you very much for the $2 super chat. Says, it's the hope that kills West Ham. I don't have any today, so I'm immortal. Sir Daddy for the $2 says, all blame goes to the dithering David Sullivan. And also, Brian says, remember, sometimes you throw all the leftovers in the pot and come up for a tasty meal. I'm for second. You should have quit while you were ahead, I think. He said it before Brian said it before the Fulham game, and obviously we went on to win. But he also said it before the Crystal Palace game, and we went on to lose. So it's 1-1, Brian. Hopefully, you're going to make it 2-1 today, but we'll wait and see. Over 1,000 of you watching, please keep dropping a like on the video. It helps the video out. So if someone comes onto YouTube, puts in Aston Villa West Ham watch along, this will be the #1 recommended. Tim saying, why haven't they recalled a Gerd? We can't. We cannot. We can't say it. BD says, I promise to stop saying 18-yarder if you like and subscribe. I've always called it 18-yarder. What are you meant to call? Just the box? The area? I don't know. I've always called it a 6-yarder. I can't be the only one. Surely there's other people watching that refer to it as the 18-yarder. Maybe not. Maybe it is just me. It's just one of those things I've always, even as a kid, that's what I used to, we used to call it. I guess possibly that's where I got it from when I played football. It was referred to as the 18-yarder. And then obviously you have the 6-yarder. I don't know. I can't be the only one that called it that, surely. Right then, Will's asking for score predictions. So let's get them into the live chat. Let's see what you're all saying. Get your score predictions in. I said 2-0 Aston Villa. The bloody chat's moved too quick for me there. I know it's an 18-yard box. I just call it an 18-yarder. I know it's an 18-yard box. I know what it refers to. I don't know why. I just call it 18-yarder. Always called it that. Don't know. Here you go. Ionix, 18-yarder. It's not just me. Thank you, Ionix. I'm glad. I only needed one person. I needed one person to back me up. And we've done that. So thank you to Ionix. That's it. I'm pleased it's not just me. Danny, yes, the baby's doing good. She's downstairs shouting. And so is Mrs. Jill, to be honest with you. She's also downstairs shouting as well. But both are doing good, thank you very much. If that bloody troll would piss off, though, that would be useful. Not the one in the live chat, just the one that appears every other day. Ian also calls it 18-yarder. Thank you, Ian. There you go. Damien, 18-yarder. This has backfired for BD. This has backfired. There's a cult, an 18-yarder cult in the reckoning here. Right then, let me just check. Right, we've got the watch along people will be here in just a minute, and I'm going to have to do multitasking. I'm going to do some clicking. I'm going to have to do some talking. I'm going to be challenged very soon, thanks to Gonzo not being here. But let's see what you are saying in the live chat in regards to score predictions. Barry's 3-1, Villa Costas 4-1. Lee says 2-1. Like the 2 games already played today, he reckons we're going to get 3 points at Villa Park. Oscar says 2-0 West Ham. Westwood's 2-0 Villa. And 5's 4-0 Villa. Daniel's 3-1 West Ham. Robert is 2-1 Villa. Ian said that West Ham ladies are 2-0 up at half time. And Johnny reckons 2-0 Villa. Modernistas 3-1 Villa. Glenn and Joshua are 2-0 Villa. BD's going for a Desmond. Catherine 3-1 West Ham, same as her bet. Surreal says we're winning 4-2. Andy said 3-1 Villa, so he's going to stick with it. And Roger says we're also going to lose 3-1. He thinks the fans are going to have a Potter meltdown. Modernista reckons we're winning 4-2. Mike says 3-all. Tell you what, though, there's a lot of people feeling reasonably optimistic, actually. I mean, we've done a lot of build-up shows so far this season, and some games are just everyone just predicts a defeat. Anyway, Gonzo's just not around today. He was busy. He was preoccupied this morning. He had something on, so he couldn't come to the breakfast show, the build-up show. But he will be watching the game, and he will be doing his review on the forum channel as usual. Steve saying 2-1 West Ham. Villa are notoriously crap after a Champions League game. Andy saying 4-0 Aston Villa. Oscar saying, do we think we have a chance? Not really. I'll be pleased with the draw, and I don't even care what the score is. 1-1, 2-2, 0-0, 5-all. I don't really care. If we get a point, I'll be very happy today. And I'll be very impressed, actually, because something's gone very well. Either the players have really turned up and put in a shift, or Graham Potter's got his tactics bang on, or both. But whatever, I don't care. A point would be nice. I think some people will get a little bit worried because of Everton winning and coming up behind us, and it's sort of 5 became 4 yesterday a little bit with Wolves, Ipswich, Leicester and Southampton. Spurs have been dragged into the relegation battle today with Leicester's win. So it now looks like the relegation battle, Southampton gone, Leicester, Wolves and Spurs. That looks like the relegation battle now. I think Everton will be all right, and I think we'll be all right. So that's who we've got. Right, I'm going to start some clicking now. So you're just going to have to bear with me, okay? And I will be as quick as I can. But I need to get the 2 watch-along co-hosts set up on the old the back end of the system and this software. And if I can do it as quick as I can, I will, I promise you. There we go. I think I'm ready to go. Right then, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to love you and leave you. And I'm going to leave you in the capable hands of Nick and Northeast. Don't go anywhere. Thank you very much for joining me. They're going to give you the fan commentary from the action at Villa Park. Gentlemen, it is over to you. Take it away.
Thank you very much, Gio. Appreciate it. So, Nick, got to get your thoughts. You're on mute at the moment, by the way, but just got to get your thoughts on this lineup.
Thoughts. I'm thoughtless. I have people always tell me that. Yeah, there's nothing really extra to think. I think we'll lose. I'm sorry. I think that. I don't want to start off being a negative ninny quite this early before kickoff has even kicked off.
Don't break habit.
But do you see? I mean, the only thing on our side is the weather. The weather could be our 12th man today. If it's really terrible, maybe it will just be a terrible, terrible, horrible, scrappy game. Can you see any way we don't lose this?
No, I think a draw would be a fantastic result, to be honest. Look, we know we've got injuries. We know we've got players out. We haven't got, I mean, I'm just looking at the subs there. We haven't got much really that's going to come on and do anything. I'm glad to see Soler back in. I am. And I'm glad to see that, because there was like reports that Bowen may be able to pass a fitness test, but it just wouldn't be worth the risk. So for me, that was just mental. So I'm glad that he's nowhere near it. So, yeah, yeah, it's an unexciting West Ham lineup, I think. But as we all say, look, you can't change too much now. We've got, this next week is going to be if we're going to get anyone good in. We're going to get some signings in, and if you can change something up. But it's always last minute in January. So, I didn't really expect anything else apart from this lineup. So I think if we can get a draw out of this, then that's okay. But we've got a few tough games coming up anyway. So
the Chelsea game. I think obviously Potter desperately wants to beat Chelsea. He would personally love that, as we all would. But he's obviously got some extra reason why he would like to stick it to them. So if Bowen and Somerville are just on the edge or whatever, a windy, gaily, rainy day against Villa, a very good team away. And he's thinking, do I really want to just bring them back at that point or just give them another week of ensuring that they're fit, especially if Somerville's was some slight hamstring thing? You don't want to risk that. The other thing I'd like to get your opinion on was Lewis Skelly's red card. Do you think that was a red? Have you seen it?
I have seen it. No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. And how VAR, again, we all hate VAR. I don't know anyone who likes it. It's shit. But how they can look at that and think that's not, they think that is a red card is mental. So I think rid of VAR.
Possibly have been a red card based upon not necessarily logic and common sense, but the wording of the law related to, like when they call it like dangerous foul play or something. Because Sky Sports this morning, which is very difficult to watch for any great period of time because a lot of the people on there are just nonsense. And two of the nonsense ones, Jamie O'Hara and the other one he was talking to.
He's an idiot.
Yeah, they said it wasn't, but then they said, okay, to prove our point, we'll just put up like the laws of the game on screen, which completely contradicted what they said. Because obviously you might say there are reasons that should never be because of whatever, but based on the rules, I think it was actually a red card because he started above the ankle and scraped his foot all the way down the ankle joint and foot of a player who was running with his foot up a bit, which was potentially dangerous. We've seen ankle breakers and even ankle dislocations based on that. And just based on the rules, it says if it's like on the foot, then it's reckless yellow card. If it's above the ankle, it says in the law of the game, and it's excessive force, potentially dangerous, then it's a red. And he was an Arsenal player, so send him off.
Yeah, the laws are bollocks. It's my thing.
Yeah, that's a separate discussion. That's the point.
Yeah, I think like without looking at our defenders, the problem is now you can't tackle. Like it's because the slightest touch, the flick of a man, like sends them down as if they've been shot by a hail of bullets. It's pathetic. They're defending and tackling is part of the game, and I think where it's it wasn't a dangerous tackle. There's no way that's a dangerous tackle. Obviously, we've grown up in where football was a lot more dangerous, and we play Sunday League, we play Saturday League, whatever it is, and the viewers watching this as well. Like that if you'd have got sent off for that in Sunday League, you'd be effing livid, wouldn't you? It'd be like, it's stupid. So for me, never a red. It's the game's gone soft, toughen up. And
if it happened against you and you were playing football, then you would rightly want to smack the other person for scraping his foot all the way down from above your ankle was the first point of contact, and the contact continued as the player was running through the end. So whether the laws of the game should be changed and we should all revert back to 1985 is a separate, very much socio-psychological discussion. But based on the law of the game, him being an Arsenal player, I'm basically fine with the sending off. The other thing that came up, which was just probably more sickening, like if we're going to talk about the culture of the game and this kind of thing, was Man City and Chelsea players hugging each other, smiling with each other before, during, and after the game. That for me is nonsense. I never want to see. I don't care if a West Ham player went to play with it, whatever. Haaland and Sancho were some of the worst at it, hugging each other just before the second half kicked off. And then obviously Cole Palmer played terribly. Another player who commentators say these players are generational. Trent Alexander, Jude Bellingham, Phil Foden, Cole Palmer, and sometimes Jack Grealish, they've said it in the past. All world-class players, absolutely. But they're not generational. Phil Foden, he was nowhere against PSG. Cole Palmer was nowhere yesterday. And then after the game, 3-1 loss, you are smiling and laughing with the opposing manager. Nonsense.
Foden for me is he's not as good as I think as everyone thinks he is. He's brilliant, he's a technical player, but he's he'll never be a Zidane. He'll never be I think he'll never be a world class player. For me, I just don't think because he doesn't do it in tournaments, doesn't do it when it really counts, doesn't do it in the big games. Like the Gazzas could drag you through England games. Those players that drag teams through difficult games. Foden will never do that. He's not strong enough. He doesn't dominate the game. So for me, no, I don't think he is. But yeah,
a lot of comments going back to the Arsenal one. Ionix, Arsenal are always cheating, so best be safe.
Yeah, they are.
I actually applauded the red card, dirty, dangerous, and it's Arsenal. Bogold, Arsenal fans thinking they have an agenda against them to make them never win is funny though. Darren Lewis just says dangerous play. It was. It's potentially ankle breaker or ankle remover from Shin. The Irons match West Ham fan something says, how do you join Patreon? You go to patreon.com/hammerschat, or you can just Google Patreon Hammerschat, or you go to your app store, get Patreon, and then, which is spelled like that. Not like that, actually. Sorry. It's Patreon with an E, so it's Patreon. Patreon. Get the app, and then look up Hammer's Chat. So that is another way of doing it. And then you'll try your 7 days free. You'll get 7 days free, which is really good in the transfer window because Gonzo, I'm not just saying this to be an obsequious twat, but Gonzo broke a lot of news before any other YouTube West Ham fan channel. They didn't credit him for it, but he broke a lot of what was happening in the recent week on Patreon. And then some of the West Ham fan channels, naming no names, just put out videos saying, yeah, this has happened, but he'd already done that. So if you want to know first, before even Sky Sports gets a hint, just get 7 free days of it. And they're F-Jolts. As an addict to Patreon, I don't care about value for money. Hammer's Chat is my most watched YouTube channel. And you get value for money. Absolutely.
There was something popped up there, which I'm just going to bring it back to because, yes, we did see the Tottenham score. It's a thing of beauty. I've got a few Tottenham mates, so just before I hopped on here, like everybody else who knows a Spurs fan, was giving them a bit of shit. So amazing. Yeah, in Ange we trust.
The funny thing is that also Tottenham are the only club to have injuries or to ever have had injuries as well. So that's that you've really got to feel.
They don't like to talk about it. They don't like to mention it, of course.
Yeah, the other like topic is the whole Amazon rumors. Do you care? Yeah. Do you care if they name it the Amazon London Stadium?
I think it'd be good. I mean, obviously having such a, one of the world's biggest brands sponsoring you and the stadium will be good. I mean, they've got ridiculous riches. And obviously we all know the gambling ones, the gambling sponsors are being phased out. So to get something that prestigious would be really good. So I think it'd be a big plus for us. It'd be quite a coup. It'd be quite a coup. And yeah, no, I think the money's got to be pretty mega if it's Amazon. You'd think it's got to be really good payday. And I think a lot of clubs obviously will be scrambling away from gambling because they have to. So, if they are linked with us, that should be one of the biggest paydays. There can't be many that are going to be bigger than that, you'd think. I mean, the riches that they've got. So, yeah, it'd be good. Hopefully that money doesn't all go into somebody's pocket and that does filter down into some player transfers, which we desperately need.
Yeah. I mean, we're living in a world of money, so it's very hard to be hypocritical and say like they're particularly bad. But yeah, I mean, before expanding on that, Jordan Keeby just called them world. I said they're world class, but not generational. That's just the word that kind of bothers me. Not that much. I don't lie awake in bed at night staring at the ceiling, just grinding my teeth about it. But I just don't think Foden's generational.
I think when you put Foden next to Bellingham, like if you had the choice, you'd go Bellingham all day long because it's a powerhouse and he can pull you through games. Foden just won't do that. I mean, it's amazing. And I know Inox said he'd have him at West Ham all day long. 100%. I'm not saying that because we haven't got anyone who's world class. So, but he's a great talent. He won't go down as he won't go down as an amazing, one of the best players in the world. He won't go down as a legend in my eyes. But he's still fairly young, but I'm sure I'll get some shit for that.
Yeah, Logan Mario Kart says Amazon is so exploitive. It's kind of true. And then Mark, oh, no, probably shouldn't have brought that up. Mark says, would you take Tesla sponsorship? We probably should not get into that. FPL Harry is not a fan of Amazon. It's just, the only thing is, it's just, there's a lot of issues around it, but it's kind of like, where do you stop? Like, I think unless you're like a hobbit living in like grass and just growing vegetables yourself,
Yeah,
you're just part of the modern world. Like, I order stuff off Amazon because they'll bring it to me the next day.
I think Harry is like he's had a delayed delivery on his double ender, which is why he's so annoyed. So yeah, sorry, Harry, look, we're not customer services, unfortunately. So never mind.
Harry, stop doing that, because we don't want to have to block you, but we will, because that's silly, because it takes up too much of the chat. I mean, obviously, like, if I just want to dream optimistically, because if Amazon bought us and then they wanted the London Stadium for property, real estate, put a warehouse there, I don't know, and then built a purpose-built West Ham Stadium, called it the New Upton Park, rebuilt Rush Green, invested in academy players. Like, that's the kind of thing that money would be very welcome for, because a lot of clubs have just far, far superior training grounds to us, and it's a bit embarrassing.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, I'd put it into the training ground rather than the ground, because we've still got the shocking. I mean, it's not doing Spurs much good, so it's only part of the bigger puzzle. But yeah, we all know that we've got quite an embarrassing, crappy place to. You think about it, and again, I'm not banging on about Spurs, but you think about, they do have this lovely, amazing training facilities, and they do have one of the worst injury records in the Prem. So, is it a good thing? Do we need to put that in there?
I mean, very helpfully, Jordan is being pedantically helpful. I mean, I may have just fluffed my words because of whatever. I meant Zidane as in the generational, like that level. There's a lot of world-class players. Is that okay, Jordan? Is that fine? Do you listen into your family members' conversations, Jordan, and then pick them up on every slight miswording?
I caught the tail end actually on the radio the other day. I don't know who it was who was speaking, but there was a Wolves scout that went to scout Zidane, because somebody seen him as a young kid and said he was really good, and went to scout him, and the manager couldn't scout him, couldn't go and see him, so they sent a scout, and the scout report came back totally overrated, wouldn't even get into Wolves reserve team, and they didn't sign him. Yeah, and then it was like, yeah, sack that. Exactly, yeah. So it's about as good as our scouts. So yeah, shocking, isn't it?
Yeah, the Duran's obviously on the bench. On Paddy Power,
I will score.
Yeah, the thing is, on Paddy Power, they can't. I can't remember if I put like a massive pound or two on a Duran goal before the lineup came out a couple of days ago. But now the lineup's out, I don't think on Paddy Power you can bet on subs. They do the sub switch, but then you'd have to know who he's coming on for, which obviously I don't. Yeah, I mean, just to bring an element of joy to the following 90 minutes.
What was your score prediction for this one? I think you said we were going to lose, but what was your score?
I mean, with the defense we have. If you say you're going to lose, people in the chat will say, cheer up. It's not really about my emotions. It's just about our defense gifts goals to oppositions. Like, what my hope for today is just we don't gift them a goal. So we gifted Palace both of their goals through defensive and goalkeeping stupidity. We gifted Fulham both of their goals through defensive just crapness, and then Fabianski's weird thing. And then obviously, if you just look back through every game except for Southampton, which we said even against Southampton, we were lucky that their tall striker didn't score. And then before that, we just gift and gift and gifts, and we've still got Kilman. Cresswell, like Tim Nice but dim. I mean, he tries hard, but he's getting old. Kilman can't sort his feet out. Wan-Bissaka's fine, but is starting jogging back. And then Soufal just runs like a grandmother. I'm not saying anything bad about grandmothers per se, but he just runs as if he's not a professional athlete. So how do we not gift them goals? That's the thing.
No, I mean, to be honest, Casey's looked like, again, we haven't seen a lot of him, but he looked good. So I don't know why you don't, when you're struggling, give the youth players some experience, get them into the team, and just you learn nothing with Cresswell, and he's been a great servant. I'm not going to poo on him or anything, but he's been brilliant for us. But we all know, if you go down the list, I was talking to my dad the other day actually, and I might do a video on this, but when you're just going through the entire squad that West Ham have and who would you keep and who would you sell, like we could barely come up with a five-a-side team. Like it was really tough to say, you know, there's probably 5 and a questionable 2, and the rest is. And when you spend 150 million and you've got to ship out that many players, it's ridiculous. Like Tim Steidten should go because he's been absolutely crap when you think what he's done. And I just shit, lost my earphones. But yeah, I just think we need. I mean, how much do we need to spend to get this team up to where we need to be? You're probably looking at another 150 million or 200 million, and not many of them players are sellable. Really, you're not going to get much for. You know, Sufal, nothing. Kilman, we're way overpaid. Creswell's nothing. Emerson, very little. Alvarez, probably, but I don't know why you would buy him. He's useless. Soler, I'd keep. Paqueta, I'd keep. Kudus, again, if he wants to be there. I mean, there's not much there that you can do a lot with. So, yeah, we need some big cash spent, but January is not the time to do it.
Just trying to see which channel is like second ahead. That's the reason why I changed location, because for the last several West Ham games, I've effectively been watching a replay of what happened about a minute ago, which, as just a fan, not the entertainer and friend of everyone in the chat, it just gets on my nerves a bit. I haven't actually watched West Ham properly in a long time. But yeah, I mean, they just feel have such quality that Morgan Rogers is.
Yeah, they've got good players. James said he would have played Skulls as well for this game. Brad said no Mavs, no problem. I mean, that's a good point, Brad. Actually, we don't have him, so we can't have the. Every time we play with Mavs, it's like we're 1-0 down already, so we can't say this time. So,
yeah, Kilman cost us the Palace goal through not being good.
Boyka says West Ham are winning this. I love that confidence. Not so much from Poller's Bastion. When Villa go 1-0 up, it's game over. Yeah, we don't really do well.
Bastion, I think you're going for there.
Sorry?
I think Polo Sebastian is probably unless it could be Polo Sebastian. Could be a
Polo Sebastian.
James Allen would have played Skulls. Yeah, if you're going with a back 5 effectively. And I said this is like a riddle. Like, please be behind us, or we have to pull you back a minute. Then it's not quite live. I'm trying to make perfect chronological sense of that statement, but I didn't quite get there. I mean, why is Kilman still on the pitch? I mean, we don't have anyone else.
Yeah,
it's fair enough as where we are now and where we are in this season, which is just a nothing season, not to put Casey on at this point. It's okay. We're wearing black as well. That's nice. I like black kit.
Mr. Davis, Alvarez is not useless. WTF? I mean, I think he is. I don't think it's good enough for West Ham. I definitely don't. I think he's got mistakes in him.
Yeah, I'd be happy to see the back of him. He does 8 out of 10 and 5 out of 10 things minute to minute. You just don't know what exactly he's about to do, and then he does the good thing, and then just does things like turn into trouble and gets in weird places in the pitch, like the Palace first goal when Eze was free. You'd think Alvarez would be like, I'm just going to stay on him no matter what.
Yeah, he's a strange one. I don't like him. I don't like him at all.
Yeah, Christian Gibbons said if we could get Dawson back on loan. That Brighton's Adam Webster was mentioned as the Dawson 2.0, people say, 2.0, whatever you want to call it. Because Adam Webster played under Potter and kind of when they were doing Brighton-y things. But now he's usually on the bench. So that's the kind of thing where I wouldn't mind a quick fix if it just got us to the summer.
Yeah, James said he's disappointed in the lineup. Would have played the kids. I mean, I definitely think we could put a few in. I won't put them all in, but
Sky Sports had the lineup in our black top. We're wearing a white top. Okay, fair enough. I think it's not raining in Birmingham. It's weird.
Scott says, hopefully we can make this half time with a draw and then have some kids come on, put a bit of energy into the team. Fair enough, Scott. Soam has said he's ready for another loss today unless we draw miraculously. I think that's probably the most popular, not popular. It's the one that everybody's thinking. I think that's. I don't think anyone's going to win.
Yeah, Logan says bring back Winston Reid. I mean, that's Kera played for Monaco in their 1-0 win. So our Tilo Kera, who we let go kept a clean sheet against both Duran and Watkins on the pitch at the same time.
Yeah,
That's just classic West Ham.
He wasn't very good for us, though, was he? And everyone does good when they go away from us, don't they?
Even Steven says, can we have an investment strategy like Brighton's that allows us to sell at a profit that we can? So, I mean, that's the thing, because we've got Macaulay Culkin now, Potter's mate, who was at Brighton during their amazing, just long list of fantastic transfers that they bought for several million, sold for 50, 60, 70 million. So I think we've got his mate in now. We've got rid of Tim, divider of opinions, starting as I'm about to minute 1 now, as Villa get the ball into the box and Souček clears it. Kudus tries to go on a run, but he's got too many around him. How many times could you say that about Kudus in the last couple of months?
I mean, yeah, that's another problem we have, really. If we haven't got that many superstars, we've only got a couple of danger men, you just double mark them.
See, now Ironix says Kera could not keep up with the pace of the PL. I'm pretty sure if I scroll back, this is going to be a great moment of joy. I'm sure he said it. I'm sure he said you don't need to be fast to be good or something. Here we go. And then the same man, you don't need speed to be a great player. That was at 4:26, and then 5 minutes later. So come on, let's stay consistent, guys.
I mean, he wasn't good for us. Pace or not, he wasn't good. Not a fan of Kera.
Yeah,
Seems to be scared of the ball. That's weird.
Yeah, we are pressing. We're doing a bit of a press. It's a concerted team press. We've got Villa in their corner, and they do give it away based on our press. And Souček does pass it nicely forward to Kudus. So the Potter press was in effect at that point, and then we've won a throw-in about 18 yards from the line due to coordinated pressing.
I didn't ask earlier. Obviously, please put what time you think the first goal would go in, which minute. So chuck that into the comments. We'll pick you out if you get it right.
If you got to remember them, then it was a decent throw-in.
I'll go back.
We got a bit lucky with that.
What's your prediction? First minute. I'm gonna go 10 minutes.
Oh, a tricky one. Such a tricky one. I'm just going to say 32, like a classic home kind of, build up. Ball goes through. Kilman doesn't sort his feet out. Watkins smashes it into the side netting from a corner angle. If I had to be called an uncheery bastard, that would be my prediction. I mean, we're 3 minutes in, and we've been in there half. That's all right. Morgan Rogers' ankle is a bit hurty, so that's something. "97th minute, Danny Ings overhead kick from outside of the box."
Put a quid on it.
We've got 6, 22, 17, 8, 26.
A pound on that, you pay off your mortgage.
The best memory test ever. 12, 21, no goals.
No, I'll just whip back. I'll whip back about now.
We're still pressing. We're pressing
0-0. I'll take 0-0.
Pressing reasonably well at this point. It's a risky press with our central defence, but it's going okay.
Nick, are you on the same score that's on our graphic?
Time, you mean?
Time. Yeah.
I am 20 seconds behind the graphic as Kilman makes a decent tackle.
I'm sure that graphic's too quick.
On the 18-yard line. No, I think it's probably true. I think it probably takes 20 seconds from true time.
Oh no!
Vision to hit my screen.
Oh. That's a great tackle.
Yeah, someone was lit in there, but Kilman did actually get back.
Yeah, done well.
James Allen said, "Guys, if I can't spine to him, who do you keep for next season?" No one, unless you said Bowen was a part of the spine of the team. If he could play up front, not bothered. Yeah. Not particularly bothered.
We need a keeper. We need no one. Tadebo's a strange one, because he can't really stay fit. But
yeah, I mean, he's shown something.
Yeah.
Kilman, no, don't care. Alvarez, Soler, Paqueta. I keep Souček if you say he's there, but I wouldn't.
Not a spine, is he?
Squad. I hope the spine is Orford and Potts. because why not? Why shouldn't Potts be back after having played well in the Championship as a young player? That's the point of loan. Why not come back?
Is there a place for James Ward-Prowse? I know we keep talking about him, but is he going to come back?
Squad player, good bench player. Why not? Stays fit, professional, decent at corners. Why not? Why not have him as a squad player? But definitely not in the starting lineup.
Yeah. Yeah. If Guilherme is going to be off, which by all reports it looks like he's going to be, then you need another midfielder on a bench.
Cresswell nowhere. Cresswell absolutely caught out in no man's land. And as I think it was Rodgers runs through. Oh God, that was bad from Cresswell. That was so bad. That was so bad.
Just like run forward, didn't he? And just
ball's out on the right wing. He's level with Rodgers at that point. And then Cresswell just takes a big 2 steps forward as the Villa player on the right wing is about to play it over to Rodgers. What did Cresswell think he was doing? There was no offside.
I think he was trying to. It looked like he was trying to play him off, but he didn't look across to see whatever defenders were.
Yeah, he was already well ahead of the last man.
Weird.
So what was he trying to do at that point? Cross comes in, cleared by Alvarez, who races out and just sells himself to the Villa player, get the cross back in, and it goes out. But come on.
Is it a rugby tackle there? Did you see that?
No.
If they play that corner again.
Throw himself out. Alvarez, this is the thing about Alvarez. He's just not good. Like we saw the goals against Fulham when he just stood back off Iwobi and just jockeyed. At that point, he just hurls himself toward the Villa player, which, like, when you're playing football, you've got the ball and you see someone absolutely herring at you at pace. You think, wonderful, I'll just tap the other side of him.
Yeah.
Obsidian. Oh dear, goal. Goal Villa, just unchallenged. Ramsey runs into the box.
It's just so easy.
No, it is. It couldn't possibly be easier. Didn't have to try. Bit of a 1-2. Not sure if it was 1-2 or 1-2-3. Let's have a look. Yeah, midfield player with time. Another midfield player with time. That was Ramsey. Tap, pass, 1-2. It was a 1-2. The classic 1-2 is enough to beat the defence of West Ham United. Who was on Watkins? No one. Who was following Ramsey? Should have been Souček, didn't. Soufal, can he get to Ramsey? No. He's very slow and archaic. He can't move. Can't move. Just rubbish. Just unforgivable. Terrible. Horrible.
Soufal's weak there.
Soufal's rubbish.
Good finish. To be fair to the striker, it's a good finish across, but
it was a very effective 1-2 that they put together against West Ham. When he played that 1-2, he was about 45 yards. He was quite far from goal.
See, I told you I wouldn't have to go.
First minute.
Well, I'm going to give it surreal frame. 8th minute. Not quite the Souček screamer, but he did call an 8th minute goal.
Now they're just running rampant. Time in the box. Watkins he's on the ball for about 6 seconds. Shot comes in, panic stations, gets cleared. It's different. It's different levels. We're not even Championship. We're a vets team at this point.
Yeah, it's just throw your body at it at the moment, isn't it?
Yeah. At best, basic awareness of opponents is beyond the level of a lot of our team. Watkins through, probably was offside. Sure he was offside, but he still got the ball in the box. Goes for it, 2-0, unless that was offside. Probably it was offside. Yeah, cool offside. But completely easy. Watkins was offside by a yard or so. And then he got the ball in the box. This is the time they have on the box. Let's count it down. So Kudus gets dispossessed.
Yeah, Kudus running again.
Watkins goes through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 seconds. Watkins has 6 seconds on the ball. Fabianski's doing a bit of that. Veterans football.
He was lucky there because Kilman wasn't in a line. How is Areola doing? What's Areola doing it as well?
Seconds on the ball. What's going through your brain for 6 seconds to not get to go? Oh, unbelievable! Just nonsense.
Just going to come back to a comment from Obsidian's Curse saying, "Why waste money on Soler when we have James Ward-Prowse and save us 20 million?" I mean, I think Soler is much better than James Ward-Prowse. But what are your thoughts, Nick?
I don't know. I'm just busy watching Villa attack now. In the box, shot comes in. See, that was a shot. That shot from whatever his name is, I forgot, just shows that they're so confident. They don't care. It doesn't matter. Let's check some of the score odds at this point. Correct score. Ollie Watkins to score 5-4. Morgan Rogers to score or assist 5-4. This is not gambling advice and should only be discussed by those over 18 years old. Correct score home 5-0, 20-1. 5-1, 25-1. 5-2, 50-1.
It's going to be shooting practice for Villa today, isn't it?
If it carries on like this, yeah. Like if we get the ball and pass it around their half, it looks a bit like we're in a football game. But when they attack, we have no idea what to do.
No, and as Chicken Run rightly points out, that's why you don't play Soufal in a back three. I mean, shouldn't play him in a back five, but I definitely get your point. He's just not there anymore. I don't know why we always go so defensive and all. It's not as if we've got a good defense. Like if you've got some crap at the back, you don't just stick another crap player on and think, oh, that'll make it better. Just try and attack them, but...
Yeah, this has to be... I mean, okay, Potter was given the squad.
Yeah.
But I think this game was his probably last excuse as the new manager to start these players and not hoping that the youth does anything, but maybe has a little bit more energy than Cresswell and Soufal, let's say. But
could have done some nice work there. I mean, but he had no one in front of him.
This definitely needs something.
Oh, this is... I mean, Danny says, Potter's having a laugh with the lineup, but I mean, he's just hamstrung, isn't he? He's hamstrung with... What would your starting lineup be?
Yeah. I mean, Scarles is one who might provide more energy than Cresswell. Casey would provide more energy than Soufal, so then you'd have Wan-Bissaka on the right. JWHU was there, was great. Yeah, no one says. I just think he's a squad player because I don't think he has a resale value. I don't think anyone's busy buying James Ward-Prowse. I just say, well, you're paying his wages. He is excellent at corners. He did get us assists from corners, so just have him on the bench. That's the thing.
Strength, come on.
Even says, can Ange be in charge when we play Spurs in May?
I doubt it.
Yeah. I mean, according to Levy, he probably will be. Hopefully, yeah. We need to get anyone we've been linked with needs to come in. There's the midfielder with the name begins with B. I forgot what his name is.
Robbie.
B and a Z and a U and an A in it, and probably an L.
Oh, the E, yeah. You don't know.
Baluzabal, I forgot.
Yeah.
Then there's Robbie, the attacker we're linked with. If we're linked with Adam Webster, okay. I think that's about it, according to...
No one really heard of.
Yeah, those are the only true links. The Dewsbury Hall links seem to disappear as Paqueta kind of buggers around on the 6-yard line with it. Just fitness, really. We just need fit players who can defend. We're not asking for that much.
I mean, at least after the goal, we have been going, or the 2 goals, we have been pushing forward. We've been in the box a few times, but just not quite. It was a good little turn from Paqueta. Scott says.
Sorry, here you go.
Oh, Scott says starting all the youngsters will be madness. If the vets look bad, just get them subbed off after half time.
And probably already down at that point. The game's already.
I think Villa are too good a team to start the youngsters against the lesser teams. You can, but they are too good.
DC's been sitting on that for a day. 3 out of 10. Jamie Carr, time for protests. Well, we've got I still think we've got the right manager, and we've got a proven scouter, recruiter. We're just in a position where there's just no excitement on the pitch, and our arguably 2 best players are injured. The same thing with Antonio. No one's misremembering Antonio. We know what he's like, but he's better on the bench to have, let's say, the Nings on the bench. Small things like that.
Steve, actually, I 100% agree with this, Steve. West Ham are the worst team in the league for pressing. Yeah, I mean, every team seems to press us and really panic us. We don't seem to do that to other teams. So there's a lack of, I don't know. I thought Potter would. His Brighton team used to press really well, like really high energy. Have we not got the players to play that? Do you think we've got players that can't really run? We know Soucek can, because he was, in his first season, he ran more than any other player in the Prem. So we've got some players that can do it, but yeah, have we got enough?
Decent bit of passing between Paqueta, Kudus, and Alvarez. Kudus gets fouled, but it's just you just notice it. Obviously, just stating the obvious, you just notice it so much. If we had an attack and it was between Paqueta, Kudus, and then Bowen playing, that threat is now you're just down to, Paqueta's not quick, Kudus is quick, so between 2 of them, they've got to make just absolute magic happen against like 5 defenders.
Yeah.
Decent tackle from Wan-Bissaka, but doesn't really change anything about position.
David Starr puts an interesting point, actually. We can't be entertaining the idea of 60 million on a single player. We need 3 players for that money. I mean, to get 3 20 million pound players, will that be enough of a change? What can you get for 20 million these days? Sounds mental, but what can you really get for 20 million? It's a tough one. The market's gone crazy.
We hope that Macaulay, there's no real way to say his name without saying Macaulay Culkin. That's what he did. I'd have to try and be optimistic and say we've got someone who was part of a setup that has a long, long list of fines away from English football. So
yeah. As Brent says, we are the 12th most valuable club in the world. Obviously, the new Deloitte figures were released, and then it doesn't feel like we're in the top 50, does it?
No, just in terms of being how well we're run. I did see the other day on one of these like random things that isn't about football side of things, when the club puts out some other stuff that they've been doing. I think they had this conference or event meeting of some sort in the last couple of weeks. I think it was called like Hammers in Business or something, and it involved people on stage just saying whatever about business as if it's like very tricky, even though it isn't. And I think Karen Brady was one of the speakers. So like having an event about how to run a business well at the same time as taking the concession tickets away from those who've been loyalist. I didn't make a comment on it because I was being very mature, but I wanted to. It's just that it's those kinds of things that just, that's where you bring back the how well are we run kind of thing. I did see it also, like some American owner was in the news of some American, I don't know if it was NFL or what, or baseball or something, but they came out saying, okay, at least for the food and drink, we've got like the stuff that's, a couple of dollars from their side. It's just small tokens like that, which they could actually get some quick wins by doing decent things for fans to say, oh, you know what, from like this time to this time before the game, pints aren't £7. Small things like that. I mean, the game of football is happening, but I'm just kind of annoyed with our defence. So I feel emotionless about the football at this point in time.
Yeah, and our corners have been really poor as well, haven't they? I know we just messed another one up, but
I mean, we've had like that's the thing. Like I can see we're having possession.
That's too bad. we're actually doing okay. We're getting more possession in the game. We are going forward. But, I mean, when you've got Ollie Watkins, who is an informed...
Yeah, we've just been hurt relentlessly this season. So you just feel like, oh, is there another counter-attack coming? Yeah, these throws into the box, we're not really winning them. We've only really got Souček in there to try and win long throws into the box.
I don't know if James is being... I don't know if he's being funny here. But it's saying we've got James Ward-Prowse for 15. So there are players there. Yeah, but we shipped him out. So, yes, there are players for under 20 million. But they're only one that's going to really improve the team. I mean, we've got to sell, haven't we? That's the problem. We've got to sell. But I think the players we've bought, we just have to sell them for half the price. And we've got such a shocking record of buying players and selling them for much less than they were worth. I'm surprised Sullivan lets it go on. Unless he's the one calling the shots, of course.
Villa attack. Oh, it was a bad pass, thankfully. Yeah, it's just very disjointed the way our players run back. Because we've seen it for so many games. You get the back five, or even if it's not the back five, if it's the back three and then two midfielders, they just seem to run back as a unit without getting to the person who's on the ball. So the opponent who's on the ball usually dribbles it from near the halfway line and just continuously dribbles it to near our 18 box with no one trying to make a tackle. Villa attack again, but we've got everyone back, so they start to just pass it around the final third.
That was a shocking goal kick as well. Creswell took that goal kick rather than Areola. And it went really weak. I wouldn't say we're getting dicks on, though. I'd say we're holding our own.
Yeah, I mean, DC says the pressing. It's just the pressing is... Some of it looks fine when we're pressing them in the corner. I just think the only problem is to break the press one time against us means that you are then running against Alvarez and Cresswell. So that's a fantastic situation to be in. So it's just the risk level is just like 0 to 100. Corner from Villa.
Marky Boy says we can get plenty of UK players for 20 million, but all we do is look abroad, bargain basement. Yeah, I would like to see more scouting in the Championship. And you probably could. But even then, I think if they're English, that's a premium just because they've got a British passport, an English passport. So, again, even 20 million in the Championship doesn't buy you a huge amount.
Corner comes in. Cleared by Sufel. But, yeah, Villa have got it. They've got a lot of time. Steve Westfallen says West Ham women have won. I think they beat Spurs women 2-1 or something.
Women's football.
I think our men's team is so bad that the club should support the women's team more, let them play at the London Stadium or something.
I can't do women's football. Can't do it.
I just think it's anything better than the men's football at this point.
The problem is, it's like I get... and if women want to play football, I'm not saying it's bad. Fine.
You're allowing them to do that. It's very...
No, this is a problem. See, people jump on you when you say stuff. But
only I do. I think only people like me. I think most people.
Now, what annoys me is that like you get an alert on your phone from West Ham saying West Ham has signed a new player, and you click on it and it's a woman's player, and you're like, I don't care. It's like, and people say, well, you're just sexist, whatever. I don't care about the under-21s or the under-18s. Like, really, I follow the first team. That's what I follow. So
yeah, I don't think there's anything wrong with it.
Everything around it's fluff.
If they did say West Ham have signed a new striker and it was the under-18s, then you might feel a bit misled.
Yeah, I'd be more excited about that than the women's, because at least that can lead into the first team, which is what I follow. Like with the women's football, like they're just completely separate. They'll never mingle. So what's the point for me of knowing about it? It's like basically it's like following another team. It just
Were you happy when England women won the Euros?
I couldn't give a toss. I couldn't.
I was quite happy because the England men just never win. So I was just really happy, and it was against Germany. So I did like that a lot.
Well, it's like when England won the under 19 under 17s. Again, it's it's nice, but it's not the team I follow. I'd much rather England proper win something. Like, so really you're just thinking, well, how can the other teams do it and the team I follow can't? So no, not for me.
Fair enough. Dave says, I refuse to believe playing Ings is worse than playing 5 ineffectual midfielders. I'd rather have George Earthy than Ings. There's no way Earthy's worse than Ings. It doesn't happen. It's not a reality on this planet that Ings offers you anything that Earthy doesn't. It's just, no, I don't see that. So that's just one of the things that's a bit annoying. Even whoever, I don't know who is, playing striker most for the under 21s or even the under 18s, but just if they can be coached to run, then they're better than Ings. Just run as fast as you can, and then see what happens when you get there. And you're better than Ings already.
DC said there is no men's football. There's football or women's football. Which is kind of I'm not going to comment, but I think my previous comments shows how I think about that.
Yeah, the thing about the Potts things, I think the time has passed where we could potentially recall them anyway, which was already a bit like on the fence. There you go. Dave knows. Josh Ajala has 4 in 9 for the PLC. There you go. Like, as a striker, just get someone on the pitch who might, if he gets up there and he misses, fair enough.
And Bama's been playing a bit for City, so I'm not saying he would have been the answer. He would have got a lot of more game time. Obviously, from where we are now, he must have done.
Yeah. It's been a bit of a weird game the last 10 minutes.
Yeah, it has, hasn't it? It's not really been obviously that one that went
like
just
Villa
past the
hasn't.
post.
Maybe Villa's got a bit complacent in seeing how easy that first goal was, or something. And then they've had a couple. They have had a couple of chances that they should have done better with. But that begs the question: Why are they good players? I mean, I say that probably scored a minute anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But as they do pass it through, it goes to Watkins, but Kilman actually cuts it out and does defensive things. Passes over to Emerson, who's got absolutely no one and nothing and no options. Tries to get it forward to Alvarez, of all people. It's never going to work. Sincere lack of quality.
Kilman read that well.
Screaming lack of quality.
Actually, Kilman's not having a bad game.
Brent, we have invisible players in this match. Yeah. We just have a midfield. We have a midfield that has basically no personality. Souček has a little bit of personality.
Troy said Salah has hardly touched the ball, which is right. I haven't seen him on the ball at all.
Yeah, Divas says we haven't been bad. Our fans look and jump everything they can. I think we're within our right. Every game I see defensive horror shows. Yeah, the toying with us. I get a toying with us feeling. That's the thing. I would like to be very confident. Oh, we're only losing 1-0, but yeah, you just have this sinking feeling. They can attack against Soufal or Cresswell and just put a ball into the box at any moment they feel like it.
Yeah, a few people saying about Mbama was meh. Yeah, I agree. He was meh. But
yeah, he didn't run. That's the thing.
Yeah,
he didn't run the pitch.
But Mbama or Ings, who would you pick out of those two?
Neither. There's no way I could be forced into torture by having that 50-50 choice. I would escape the torture and fight my way out of that situation. Irving would offer something in the middle of the game like this. Yeah. Remind myself, is he on the bench? I thought he was fine. I thought he was really okay when he came on. He only made one mistake when he was on the pitch for the last 25 minutes. Yeah, Irving. Scholes, Fabianski, Guilherme, Rodriguez, Ings, Irving, Orford, Casey, Wes, Fotheringham. 2 keepers on the bench. Solid West Ham situation to be in. Irving, Guilherme. We had the same conversation in the Palace game, which the first half of which was more boring than this, but we were still like, you know what, Gillum, Irving, throw them on. Let's see if they can pass in a forward direction. Injury to Mings. I'm going to go and get
Mings
some.
Could be out. Who knows with Tyrone Mings whether he'll play. Let's have a look. I'm going to say this wrong. Zantanas says Kilman Alvarez could us working hard. Actually, they are working hard. I think I am for the first, we're 1-0 down, but we're in it. And I think we've had some good spells. It's been quite an open game. Too open. I don't think Mings is going to play on from this. Lord of the Dead. Sufal Greswell offer some kids on. Is that too much to ask? Probably not. Yeah, all that money spent in the summer and the squad is older and weaker. Yeah, which is why Biden ain't gone yet, is he? So there's a lot of talk that he's going to go.
I mean, we're getting perilously close to dinner chat. We're getting so close to me asking what's everyone having for dinner. Because this footballing spectacle, we're one goal away from just... you get 2-0 down at this situation, dear God. Just do more fight. When we're in their half, we can pass it around and we can pass and move. Mm-hmm. Which is lacking, but we're lacking that personality of fight. Something. Someone needs to kick someone, foul someone, do something.
Yeah, infamy junkies. I don't see any other Premier Club playing Ings the wage to be paid him. 100% not. No chance.
Yeah, that's the thing. That is exactly the thing. That's what I'm thinking. Like when I see that, Hammers in business, West Ham are running a forum for business owners, etc., and then that's how we run our business. Just the shortest term thinking. I wonder if this is true. Darren Lee, that's 2 hours without shot on target. Is that true? Did we have like one shot on target against Palace or something like that? Or like a deflected... It was something like that, wasn't it? Yeah.
Oh, Nick, you've stirred the pot here with some weak dinner chat here.
Nice. Well, if a fellow Nick is having chicken tikka masala, I have been marinating for 7 hours.
Kids curry.
A chicken korma. It is a curry.
It's not. No.
It is. It is, because in the list of curries, you'll see chicken korma. And it's been marinating. I haven't cheated. It's not a jar. It's ground spices. It's going to be cooked with coconut milk. Flavors.
It's curry you would find on a kid's menu, though.
I'm childlike at heart.
No. You got to have some spice in a curry. It's not a curry.
I don't want, like, the thing is, spicy food, let's say Thai food, fine. Tom yum soup, lovely, really spicy, perfect. But just with it, I don't just see the need to just burn my lips with an Indian curry. Just don't get that. I don't get that chain of thought, to be honest. But anyway, chicken korma. Chicken korma. Villa Cross comes in.
Oh. Jonathan, I've got to ask this just as what cheesecake? I love a cheesecake. Depending on what one it is.
Yeah, even Stevens also having roast pork with gravy and apple sauce. Lovely.
I didn't realise Villa has scored 9 from set pieces.
Drifts past the post. Oh, that's his name. Banzuzi. I don't know. Talker's last 48 hours, Talker's absolutely done nothing. Fortunes is watching Burnley and Leeds tomorrow to see how football should be played. If everyone's really bored, go and you've got TikTok, Hammers Chatnik on TikTok. You can get more just nonsense. It's not that interesting, but I've got 97 followers now, and I had none just a few months ago. So
yeah,
there we go. DC's salt and pepper chicken with egg fried rice. Really, salt and pepper chicken.
Nice. Salt and pepper chicken's lovely. Good choice.
Oh, Mings is going off, I think.
Yeah, it looked like it was. That was inevitable.
Yeah, absolutely, he's going off.
Yes.
Oh well.
Proper hobbling.
Lord of the Dead's having a classic chippy. What's that? Battered cod? Battered sausage?
I think that's such an overrated thing. Fish and chips. Love chips. Fish is rank.
Yeah, I only have it by the seaside. Can't really have it at home. Well,
Is that not a yellow card for Mings? Did he get a yellow? Just to go back to that, I've just realised what he did.
I'm
over and he caught it.
Technically, he should have done. I don't know if he was actually got one.
Now we're talking letter of the law here, Nick. You've given me grief.
By the laws. By the laws.
Should have a yellow card, shouldn't he?
Make it happen. If he was an Arsenal player, definitely send him off. Disgusting behaviour. But I didn't notice. I was too busy thinking about fish. Fish finger sandwich at home. Vinegar, ketchup, mayonnaise, definitely.
That was lovely, minus the vinegar.
Chips at home, no.
This, yeah, you got to try that one, Nick. It's amazing.
Peanut butter tuna sandwiches. No, Xantinas is maybe pregnant. I mean, the peanut butter thing is a funny one because you can have satay and it's lovely, but then if you just change the context and put it in something else, you think, oh God, no.
Yeah, it's dry, isn't it?
We're in their box, but came to nothing. Mainly because it fell to Souček. Good player in some senses, not that great fox in the box ball control.
Should have been a red card for deliberate handball, says Hammer. I mean, he should have got something, injured or not.
Jonathan would love spicy food. Yeah, in context. Thai food, certain Chinese dishes maybe. But I just don't need it. I don't need a spicy tikka masala. I'm fine.
Masala.
I don't need added spice to food, you see. It doesn't belong.
It.
Mike Solo just got here. What have we been doing? We gifted them a goal as per usual when we just give them goals. Souček didn't follow. It was a 1-2. Sufar wasn't there. Terrible. And then apart from that, we've been fine in possession. But yeah, when they attack against us, you think you just ate the hottest curry of your life because you feel like you're crapping it.
Oh, press their keeper then.
Yep.
On the plus side, I've got Martinez as my Premier League keeper, so good cloud.
Manchester is blue, weakest Prem team in London.
Yeah, we're not even going to argue with you on that. If you must be a first-time viewer because we all say that at the moment.
Yeah, at the same time, let's all laugh at West Ham. Why would you? Like we laugh at West Ham. We're with you, and we don't like Man U, so I don't really know why you'd be quite this antagonistic. Georgie Cantor, in his curious photo, had something like an all-day breakfast for dinner. Fair enough.
Bean roll, bold.
Mark Doran, my favorite ever food, is tuna and pineapple pizza.
I mean, I had tuna on pizza. It's nice.
Tuna on pizza, can we get a ban? Just unnecessary. I had tuna on pizza one time. I didn't buy it. Someone else gave it to me. So it was like, fine. And it was nice. And then I never did that ever again. And I feel like I made the right choice.
Brent says, no shots on target for 2 hours, 2 goalkeepers on the bench, 2 40-year-olds in the back three, Potter has
And the age of our strikers is 34, 32, 31.
Dad's army. I mean, yeah, it's a bit mental, isn't it?
Yeah. We're still kind of attacking, but we just don't really know how to do it. The effort level, the will to attack is there in the last 10 minutes.
It's a bit toothless.
Yeah, it's as if we don't have anyone but Kudus and then potentially Paqueta, but not really.
Come on, we're going to have a shot in a minute.
Agent Ancelotti, liver and onions.
No.
With gratin dauphinoise, green beans.
Liver,
What's
no way.
There?
Blech.
I mean, it's very healthy. I'll give you that. But also vile and disgusting at the same time.
What the hell was that, Malbrez? Sort of tackle.
Unbelievable. Tuna and pineapple. Yeah. In context, if you went to like a Hawaiian restaurant and you thought, I'll just have some, like if it was raw tuna, right? Bit of a ceviche, why not? Mix it up a bit. Okay. Cooked tuna on pizza. Because you could just not have tuna and then you'd have a really amazing pizza. Like the Italians have given you that. And then you're like, oh, just throw tuna. Doesn't make sense.
Goodness, he's fighting for the ball. He's fighting today. I think he's going to get one. I've got a good feeling he's going to score today.
James Lee says, what the hell do you folks eat over there on that side of the
Yeah.
punt? James Lee. Jimmy Lee, where are you tuning in from? Give us the state you're tuning in from, and we'll who can give you the capital first, unless it's like really annoying. Mark Watson, Villa like they're retiring, saving energy. I don't know.
It's been a bit
We've had
flat.
possession. We're definitely having possession. So that's something. That's not nothing. Almost gave possession away, but not quite. We've got possession. We've kept possession. Oh, Kilman won a foul. Oh, well, Texas. There we go. Obviously. What's the capital of Texas? Either Austin or Dallas. I forgot. One or two. I know Dallas is bigger, but it might be Austin. I mean, I don't know what this is about. Scampy drink? No, nonsense. Val is in Chicago. I mean, good barbecue. Jimmy Lee must have epic barbecue in Texas.
Oh, come on. It's been a bit...
It's just a lot of possession,
Wow.
but we don't have a striker. And we know we don't have a striker. And they know that we know that they know we don't have a striker. I mean, Wan-Bissaka's by the 18-yard line, crosses, Alvarez takes it down, shoots. Terrible.
Soler's
Terrible shot.
Soler's been pants today. Anonymous.
Completely crap. Liver is nice. I mean, pate, that's liver. That's nice. It's just when you cook it, it tastes like what it is. Awful. Ionic says they don't like it Upham.
Matron.
Babila de Cat says, taste is subjective. Yeah, and I'm giving my subjective opinion upon it. I'm not stating this is objectively true. More match, less food. Fair enough.
Mark's just joining in, saying he's from Harlow. Welcome, Mark. I'll be there next weekend, actually.
Got a lot of possession. Same thing. I mean, we're doing really well. We're getting it toward their final third, and then we're cocking it up. That's the pattern of play so far. So, I mean, we've got possession. They don't have it. Fantastic. They can't counter against us. Not bad. The question, why have Villa kind of dropped their levels a bit in the last 10 minutes? Not quite sure why. Similar to the Newcastle game. Obviously, we're losing this one, but suddenly Newcastle were terrible against us. Obviously, Villa, yeah, they're winning. Yes, they've got very decent attacking players. So that could be it. They're just pacing themselves. And they did have a midweek game. We didn't. There may be an element of pacing going on as they're 1-0 up. In their mind, they've got to think to themselves 2-0 will probably do it for them. I mean, Soufal humps it in a hoofing manner. Wan-Bissaka tries to get on it, but there's two around him, so...
Stuart says, remember when a player would take the ball and drive a fullbacks? I know. Everyone wants to just pass it around. It's all about possession football, isn't it? It's sort of killing it a bit.
Yeah, I mean, Fremer, more food, less football. Yes, that's what I would agree with. Talking about food makes me feel good. Talking about West Ham brings up feelings of impatience and frustration.
Andrew says, keep Soler, yes or no? He says a no. I would say yes.
No.
Not a strong yes.
Nope. No personality, no aggression. Passes it around, fine. Not what I want from my West Ham player. He's not a specialist in any particular area. So, other humans are available. Don't really see the point of him. He's nice enough.
But what we've got, though, he's one of the only ones I think who can get a ball and turn. I don't think we haven't got many players who can do that.
Yeah, but that's why my expectations are on aforementioned Macaulay Culkin and Graham Potter. My expectations are they do the job that they're paid to do over the course of the next 5 months, and we get in the right players. Call me mad, but if they could do well at the thing they're supposed to do.
There's another 5 minutes to go. What's your assessment of the first half, Nick?
I mean, we've got better. We started incredibly badly, just so bad. And then we've got better. So it's about as much as you can say, really.
Is that because Villa have sat back more, or have we actually just improved?
Both. I think when we've got it in defence, they are, they're not pressing. They're not like desperately pressing us and we're breaking their press. They're sitting back. Curtis gets almost a bit violent there, but not quite. So they're sitting back. So yeah, that gives us something. However, with the players, manager, the bench that they've got, if they're told come out for 15 minutes and go for it, that's, I think, what's giving me apprehension at this point in time.
Yeah, it's a 5 out of 10 for me. We've not been dominated, but we've not really done anything with it where it counts. So not very impressive. Let's see what the possession stats are. Get this up on screen. Oh. We've had 56% possession, a lot more passes, no shots on target. that's the problem.
Yeah, Villa attack, but we get in their way. They're kind of having long shots for some reason. Paqueta gets the ball back nicely. No support on the pass to. Emerson goes up the wing. Paqueta gets dispossessed, rolls on the floor. He's rolling on the floor. Paqueta roll on the floor, watch. 47 minutes in. He's rolling. Oh, he's got up. Alvarez is getting a bit testy. Ings says I have bad taste. Remember my fancy for Ings. I think what I said about Ings in December was give him a game. And then he got a game, and then I thought, no, that's terrible. So,
well, it'd be interesting to see in the comments who you would bring on, who you would take off. So let us know your substitutes at half time, if any. Is there anyone? For me, Soler has to come off. I think it's been terrible. And let's get Guilherme on.
Yeah, we did look a bit more positive. Chrissy updated his profile photo. I watched Wolves yesterday, thought they were all better than West Ham. As Villa waste their chance. Still a couple of minutes till half time. Stuart Miller says, has anyone tried Vietnamese pho? Obviously, it's going out of your way. There's so I don't like it, Stuart. I think it's okay. I mean, being a complete twat, I did live in Asia, so I was spoilt for choice. I just think Vietnamese food, it's all right. It's quite healthy. But afterwards, you want like a cheeseburger or something because it's just been like light beef broth.
A cup of soup.
More or less. Yeah, like the restaurants, they're very good. They do it very fancy. I had it once near me. They, I mean, it's Chinese waitresses. You can't put a Chinese waitress in front of me and tell me it's a Vietnamese person. It's not. Yeah. Tony Pearson, uninspired, boring and passive.
Dave agrees, said give Guilherme half a game. I mean, we've got to see him at some point.
Tielemans gets a yellow card. Yeah, that's the thing. James Ward-Prowse, he's a corner specialist. He got us some decent goals from corners. Soler, is just enjoying his life as a professional footballer. If anyone doesn't know what NPCs are, they're non-playable characters.
Yep.
What we do on the pitch is random, no plan. I think we're okay. I just think Potter's playing it safe. And he's going to throw Somerville and Bowen back on for the Chelsea game.
When Paqueta goes down, I do find it really cringy, though.
Yeah. I don't know why. That's the thing. Players that do this, like him, they must think everyone else in the world is stupid and can't see replays and doesn't know how much pain is based on a contact. They just think we don't know that. So you get like a brush and then you lie on the floor.
Mike poses probably the best question of the watch along so far, which is, any thoughts on what to do with leftover Yorkshire puddings? Have you ever had leftover Yorkshire puddings?
Do you know what I put in? I put in the middle of a big, thick Yorkshire pudding 3 years ago. A lamb korma. And it was fantastic. It was fantastic. There was no spice. It was creamy and delicious. And then the Yorkshire pudding just mopped everything up. So, yeah, curry. It goes really well.
Kids curry. Nice.
Frema goes beef broth, homemade ramen. Ramen's Japanese. I mean, ramen's lovely. Ramen is a work of food art because it's slow. Many things brought together in one.
American Hammer. Oh, possible red card offence.
Violent, it says. No, nothing happened.
Oh, come on.
Nothing given. Nothing given.
Well, he did. I mean, letter of the law. I mean, he's tickled him. It's nothing. But is it an elbow? Stupid.
Yeah, the letter of the law is violent conduct. That's why that. What is it? Pedro for Brighton? Is his name Pedro? No, that's someone else. What's his name?
This is getting pathetic now. Everyone's going down. Not wimps. That's This is embarrassing. American Hammer says the worst half football I've ever watched. Is this the first West Ham game you've watched this season? Because there's definitely been worse ones.
We had a couple of shots. They were really bad, but it was a couple of shots off target. Now, hopefully that will, motivate people at halftime. I mean, I said something needed to happen, and it has. So, Paqueta just flashed at that.
Oh. Well, we've had a shot. I mean, nowhere near goal.
Yeah, West Ham says 50% is talking about food. LBTF. I mean, if we ever win, I'll be singing and cheering and rolling around. I'm just waiting for that to happen.
Oh, this is half time's needed, I think.
Yeah, I mean, we're well over half time. There's only 6 minutes and we're already at 8. Refs playing on. We are attacking, but with no real belief that. I mean, Kudus tries to rugby scrimmage his way into the box. Doesn't quite come off. Villa fans are going mental. Ref does pull up. I'm not sure if he's got a card ready for Alvarez. It's Deeney who just was in trouble, so he's obviously faking it the other way. As Andrew says, Cresswell still playing for West Ham tells you how badly run we are as a club. Yeah. Having a player still with you that people are talking about, should he be given a testimonial, is embarrassing. Meanwhile, we're holding business conferences with Karen Brady telling people how to run a business. Wow. That replay of Dina is embarrassing for Villa fans.
I mean, I hate this. I really hate this. This is where rugby, people who watch rugby just look at this and just think absolute wimps, and they are.
Yeah, if anything was going to change into football, when people get bored and think they need to change something needs to be done about post-match game reviews. If something was a dive, even if it doesn't lead to a punishment, something should be catalogued to say, based on that replay, there's no way physical pain was inflicted.
Yeah.
As it is half-time. Half-time on... It's not really a bad half. It's just what we've seen so far. One completely terrible, just basement, rock bottom level of defensiveness switch the game completely away from us. And we've seen it time and time again. So...
Yeah, Tony's giving it the absolute kiss of death, though, by saying, can't get any worse. So, oh, Tony, come on. You know it can.
Yeah, very ranted. We need to bully Villa. Based on what's been happened so far, a couple of those, you get to a point in this game where the ref starts to think that, oh, I probably should do something at this point, and then they usually pull out the card on the one that was actually not as bad as the other one, something like that. So there's probably, why not? Why wouldn't there be a red card in this game, even if it is for hopefully diving to someone? So, I mean, would anyone make any changes at this point? Would you say that, okay, last 10, 15 minutes, we've actually been the better team possession-wise, keep it as it is, or do you do the Guilherme Irving?
Well, I not Irving. Not Irving. I think he does the simple stuff well, but to be honest, we've got players who do the simple stuff. We need somebody who might be a bit more tricky and creative. So that's why I'd go Guilherme on, Soler off. I think Kudus has done okay. Paqueta's done okay. We're not playing bad. We're not playing bad. Maybe we are playing bad, but Villa are equally bad. We're not getting dicked on, so we're not getting dominated. We're holding our own. We just don't look like we've got anyone up top that can really finish it. The chances we've had have been snapshots. Again, we know there's been none on target, so that's a real worry. And we just don't have anyone from midfield that's going to score. So putting on Irving, I don't think he's going to come on and score. So for me, that'd be a wasted. We need someone who's got the potential to get a goal. That'd be good.
Slightly clutching at straws. So yeah, I mean, it's me. Sam agrees with you. Not Irving, please. Feral Ghoul takes simple stuff over no stuff. Simon Brown, wait till 60 minutes like you would on Football Manager games. I mean, Moyes will wait till the 85th. Jordan Knight says, embarrassing. Soufal is pony, Charlie Kerr. Villa will run out of gas. I suppose they did play, but they've still got a decent bench. Hammer, elbow, and Paqueta's deliberate movement. Yeah, the law says violent conduct, not contact. So that's why I bring up the Brighton one when he did that, and it was like, well, it wasn't violent. Yeah, it was. Coding says, love Bobby, not informed. Why are we trying to get him? I mean, he seems young and strong, which is better than what we've got. Pansies, footballers, we are still in this. Don't understand how that wasn't a red. We were fine. We were basically fine. But that's what happens with us this season. We're always fine at 1-0 or 2-0 down, and then we pass it around a bit.
The problem is we concede more in the second half throughout the season, so we're typically worse in the second half. But that's the worry for me.
Yeah, if they try against our creaking defence, another refereeing masterclass in the Premier League this weekend.
Standard.
Yeah, and Guilherme on for sure. Guilherme for Soufal. It makes sense, but I don't know whether the contract says that we have to pay if he plays 45 minutes, so we only give him 35. I have no idea.
Yeah, some weird terms in some of the contracts, isn't there?
Yeah, Kudus up for it today. Two players on him all the time. Yeah, we got no one. That is the thing. Thank God we do have, Bowen and Somerville coming back.
What do you think he will do? I mean, I think he'll make a change, but what do you think Potter will do? Not what you want to do.
Yeah, I don't think at half time he will. Because of the way we've been in the last 15 minutes, and maybe there is that hope that Villa will tire a bit. John Duran is still, he's going to be so desperate to score against us.
Yeah.
And why wouldn't he? Why wouldn't he score against us? So do we have 2 goals? Even if we have a goal in us, we attacked and it bobbled around a bit and there were some bad shots. Maybe if luck went another way, we get a bobbly deflected own goal. That's 1. 2, can we get 2 own goals in the second half when John Duran comes onto the pitch? It's going to be difficult. We're just going to have to hope. I don't know.
I think we can see Casey come on. I'd like to see Casey come on for Creswell, actually. That wouldn't be a bad one for me as well. So Casey for Creswell and Guilherme for Soler. I don't think that would make us weaker.
Emerson, maybe. I mean, Skulls for Creswell, and then switch with Emerson. I have no idea. I'm trying to look up when the Chelsea game was. It's FA Cup next weekend, then we're at that.
Yeah. What are you drinking, Northie? Just orange squash, just boring.
Monday 3rd, yeah. Chelsea game is the 8 p.m. Monday game. Forgot that. So that gives Bowen and Somerville more time to come back into it. I mean, I'm talking about the Chelsea game because I've basically written this game off, and Chelsea were really dull. People thought they might actually do really well against it, and they didn't. So,
kind of right off the Leicester game as well, like the end of Feb. But I don't know, they're going to have a confidence beating Tottenham away. It was just as bad as us at the moment. We brought Brentford. They're always a tough one. Always a tough one. Arsenal. I mean, yeah, not an easy Feb, really.
Yeah, LaRousse just brings up, you guys would slaughter Loppy if this was his team. Although saying we need the 20 engine and push that selling out. Different case, different scenario. Potter has the very much needed credit in the bank. And when he's in press conferences, he talks about football. So totally different.
Yeah, and he hasn't got any of his own players in yet.
Different manager. Brad says we have to play the dark arts. Someone else, I think it might have been WHUFC, said previously that we need to be smart. Barry Krishna. We need legs. We need youth.
Mm-hmm.
Something. My dog smells.
Yeah, I was just looking at the goal back again there. Can't blame Areola for that one. I think that was Soufal being weak.
Yeah, we got a little bit lucky against some of their chances. Let's pretend that John Duran isn't going to come on the pitch and we might get one goal.
He's going to score. He's definitely going to score if he comes on. That's a given. American Hammer, why sign a striker? I mean, actually, this is a good thing. Why sign a striker when you can have 0 shots on goal and no threat whatsoever going forward? What shambles the club is. Again, we've got to get midfielders that get balls to the strikers as well. And we haven't really got that. I mean, if you're playing defensive midfielders all the time, who's going to play? That's why when I come back to Soler, I don't think Soler's been awful in this game. He's been terrible, but he's one of the only midfielders that will look for a forward pass. The others won't. Alvarez won't. Soucek will look for it, but can't manage it for some reason because he can't kick a ball. So we haven't got anyone who's going to actually play. You can have all the best strikers in the world. But don't give them a service. We're not giving strikers service. So we've got a real problem. We need. I know we need defenders. I know we need strikers, but we need to swap some midfielders around as well because, just playing defensive midfielders, you're going to get boring sideways football, and that's what we're watching.
Yeah, desperate skews over the bar. El Chico, when can you elbow an opponent? Should it be soft, powerful, massively intense, same disgraceful decision? Yeah, I mean, it is really weird that you can do a bit of that and be like, it's not that bad, or just keep doing it. It's like that early Simpsons episode when they said, I'm going to be spinning my arms like this, and if you get in the way, it's your own fault. So Deeney can just wander around the football pitch, elbows out. Should do this, actually. It makes you feel quite jolly. But, elbows out. And if there's a bit of contact, tough titties. Definitely going to be a sending off second half. It feels like it.
Yeah, I think it will. But not for anything too bad. I don't think there's going to be anything reckless. I think this will be like a stupid little kick out.
Yeah.
Something pathetic.
It's going to be Alvarez, isn't it? I mean, there's going to be a slide in when no slide in was necessary.
And if we're not feeling bad enough as it is, Richard says, remember, Villa sold us things and bought Duran. So, yeah, horrible.
Yeah, this way. Oh, just so stupid. There we go. You could say hello. The only interesting thing that happened is my dog being an absolute twat at this point in time. She's quite big and stupid. She needs to go away. Go away.
Gary says, why have we got 2 goalers on the bench? That's Moyes' old way. I mean, we haven't got no strength in depth for we, Gary. That is the problem. So, yeah, not great. Lewis also agrees agrees with others who wouldn't keep Soler. He's got nothing about him. Which one of our midfielders has though? Which one of our midfielders has really got something about him and you can depend on them week in, week out? I mean, I still class Bowen as a midfielder. Obviously, Bowen, Goodison, and Somerville, but they're all wide players. We're so weak centrally in that midfield. We haven't got anyone that's going to win the ball and then turn it over.
Yeah, exactly. This is exactly how I feel about Soler. Just nothing really there. Reese's Footy Feed. First time here entertaining watch. Both really funny guys. You in the t-shirt must be one of the poshest sounding West Ham though. It's the though that is really. I mean, what's wrong with enunciating? What's wrong with that? It's the English language. Honor it. I don't purposefully speak like this. I just grew up. I didn't grow up posh. I grew up very, very normal, in normal place.
I can imagine you saying, one was born under the sound of the bow bells. What?
That's posh. Yeah, if I spoke like that, that would be legitimately posh. I just speak. Sounds come out. But anyway, enough about my celebrated professional accent. Is that a sheepdog, or are you a farmer, You are. Yes, more or less. More or less. We are all managers. Keep the faith. Yeah, well, it's fun being a manager.
Yeah,
Alan. And
I mean, this what was that? It just pops up and then pops out. Somebody said that we'd have taken N'Golo Kante in the summer. I think that was. I know there was rumours of that, but never would have happened. Someone did put that chat in, but I can't. Oh, there you go. Metaversal threat. I would have taken Kante in the summer. I mean, 100%. But he's on like 400 grand a week, isn't he, or 600 grand a week? Something absolutely mental. So that would never have happened. But I'd still take. I know he's an old git, but man, he's a good old git. So energy.
Yeah, well, yeah. Obviously, he would have come in under Lopetegui anyway. So that brings up. I just think something that needed to happen. If Potter was in from the summer, and these, who knows? If Potter was in, maybe we wouldn't have got Kilman. We wouldn't have done this, one and that. So obviously, it's all hypothetical. But it's half time, so we've got to talk about something. I just think if Potter came in, people wouldn't have raved about him. They wouldn't have known how bad it could possibly get at West Ham. We know it's been bad. We've had Avram Grant, Glenn Roeder. We've had all of them. But Lopetegui took us in a new direction of terribleness that I just couldn't have predicted it was going to be that bad. Then Potter comes in and he's got, something of an aura about him because just relativity. He's just so much better to what was there. So then you bring in Potter, you bring in his assistant who's got that amazing Brighton record. It just lets you look forward better. Okay, this season has been a write-off. It's pretty painful. I don't want to be in this situation. But I think we've all been here before as West Ham fans, so we can take it through. We can stick with it stoically in British fashion until the summer. And then we get in, the Matomas, Caicedos, McAllisters. We get in those level of elite scouting. Plus we get a better Potts, a better Orford, a better George Earthy. Maybe they can always be, coming off from the bench or something. So, yeah, all in all, I just hope John Duran doesn't score against us in the next 45 minutes of football. Is there any chance that doesn't happen?
Oh, no, he's going to come. I mean, it's written in the stars, isn't it? He's going to come on as he did when we played him early in the season and just win it.
Is there any way? Let me look at Sky Bet. Do they allow bets on subs to score? Does anyone know? Does anyone have an app where John Duran is on there?
Oh dear. Roger has said, just while you're looking at that, unfortunately, this team has relegation written all over it. We need 5 more wins to survive, or 3 teams being worse than us at the end of the season. The squad looks slow, old, and poor. I mean, I agree with most of that, Roger. I just don't think in a normal season, I think we would be in banging trouble. But there's been some real funny results this season. There's teams that, the Man U, Spurs, as an example, way down there. City, nowhere near, not going to win the championship. I just think this has been a weird one where good teams, Forest playing as they have, it's a weird season and people beat each other. So any other season, I think would have been lower. Even the games we've won, we haven't been convincing. So yeah, I think we've fluked some of the points we've got, but I think we'll survive it. I mean, Leicester beat Tottenham, but everyone's beating Tottenham at the moment, so they're just shot on confidence. So I think they'll probably go. Southampton are gone, and then it's another. But I don't think that'll be us. Yes,
Marky Boy said click on next goal scorer, but I don't think so because they've got player to score, but they've only got everyone on the pitch on Paddy Power.
As they're back out on the pitch. Andrew said Ings is pound for pound one of our worst signings ever. We may have had this before, but I think like people like Lundberg was awful. He's got to be one of the worst.
He should have got 1-0 against Arsenal at Upton Park, but it was incorrectly given offside. Apart from that, yeah, he offered nothing money-wise. I think Benny McCarthy was the other one that people bring up because he was supposed to be on decent pay. Anyway, we're on. Game's kicked off, coming up to about 46.
There's already a player rolling around on the floor.
Yeah, rolling around on the floor has begun.
Yeah, again.
Is it Deeney?
Yeah, Deeney. He just rolls around like a.
Yeah, Jack Wilshere. Jack Wilshere was another one. High wage, injured, relentlessly.
Barry says, how much did AW Wan-Bissaka cost? He was 15 million, wasn't he, I think?
Yeah, about that. Old Ghoul says, Josh, yes, finally someone says it. What did he say? What did he say that was so exciting? Souček striker, 2 problems solved. No. I mean, if everything coming into Souček is a cross, maybe.
Yeah, we don't cross the ball. Not with our inverted wingers.
Yeah, I mean, I'll just put this up because IMX has gone for a play on words. Not great. Not great. Yeah, I mean, Lewis tried to dash my dreams. I'm not having it. I can dream until summer.
Oscar, what's happening with Robbie? I mean, I thought he was flown over. I thought he was flown over to do a medical, but it's all gone quiet, which worries me.
2 players are down, so probably a collision. It always goes quiet on the weekend. I think our board just shut up shop on a Friday, and then they do whatever they do, whatever wealthy people with correct enunciation do through the weekend. And then we never hear it. And then Monday they pick it up again. Tuesday we start to hear more. I just think they take the weekend off. I'm not sure what happened. I was too busy talking absolute pig swill, but one of our players is still on the floor. I don't think they've replayed it.
Gilman down. That could be a forced skull sub.
Still, if they haven't replayed it, then let me, maybe because it was like, sometimes if it looks bad, they don't replay it.
Yeah, they don't.
Let me rewind.
Switch to Potter. It doesn't look like he's making a sub.
What happened? Just a collision? Kilman, Watkins. Oh, yeah, that's what happened. Ooh. Watkins completely accidentally, absolutely head-butted Kilman right on the nose. He's okay in terms of he was moving. He held his head up a bit, but I think it probably hit him smack on the face. And then they didn't replay it, so that's my guess of what happened.
Cool. He landed badly as well, didn't he?
Yeah. They're about to force. They're going to restart, or the ref's holding the ball, talking to players. They're going to dead ball it, which would make you think that everything is fine now. The referee is just fanning around, for want of a better expression.
Yeah, he loves to talk to this one.
He's talking. Have you finished talking, ref? You're going to talk? No, still talking, pointing and talking. Okay, play on things, ref. No. Oh.
Come on, ref. Jesus.
Think he's saying Kilman has to go off the pitch? Yes.
Why?
I don't know.
Has Watkins got to go off as well then?
And then the ref will give it 30 seconds as Villa attack. Goes up for a corner.
Hurry up, Kilman. We're losing, for God's sake.
Ref still counting those 30 seconds down.
If they both went down, if him and Watkins went down, why is it only Kilman that's gone off?
No, he's allowed back on as the Villa corner goes short. Out to the final third, back over to the wing. Didn't put the cross in. And it will drift out. Classic reason, if you want to know why you should never take a short corner, Villa just provided that for us.
Chris says, is it me, or does Yuri Tillemans consistently nobbling the ref? I'm not sure what nobbling, what you mean by that one. I was talking to him, but Yeah, I don't want to speculate, Chris.
Yeah, I mean, there's been no football happening in the first 5 minutes, so we've got possession here. It'll be interesting because Villa are pressing a bit more than in the first half, but not that much. Kilman spreads it out really well to Wan-Bissaka, but he's not the best crosser of all, so he doesn't whip it in. He tries to get help. Kudus has got it. Decent position. No one there. Spreads it well. Cross, no. We just don't really... Again, we're not playing with striker. But now, yeah, Villa counter, but we've got enough men countering with them.
We just always come back in, don't we? We come back in, sort of go left and right. And
yeah, like we were in good positions there. Wan-Bissaka was in a good position. Gave it to Kudus in a good position. And then he kind of passes it over square. Still not a bad position. And then that player's like, well, I guess I'll just cross it, but doesn't. Not bad, I suppose. Maybe if you had Cresswell on, he could have overlapped Emerson. I mean, not Cresswell. Maybe if you had Skulls on for Cresswell, maybe you could have overlapped. Cresswell isn't going to overlap. No, we've still got possession. Let's put it that way. Last 3 minutes have been...
We're all over him. We're all over him.
We work it out well to Wan-Bissaka. Good play. Kudus goes. Don't think he was offside. Cross comes into no one. Oh, God. We do good bits, and then we kind of... Oh, shit. Wan-Bissaka smacks it. Paqueta, 6 yards. Best chance of the game. Best chance of the game. Paqueta turns, swivels, and absolutely spoons it wide.
That's good cross.
Absolutely best chance of the game. 6.5 yards away from goal. And he just turns and spoons it. So he had Soler. He could have tapped it back to the running in Soler.
I think Soler was a little bit ahead of him at that point. Soler, if he'd have held back Soler, do you know when he turned, actually, he just hit his nose and it hit his standing foot. So it just knocked it a little bit.
That had to be a goal. 6 yards.
George, still no shots on target. He's counting that down, isn't he, mate? Oh, God.
Still attacking, still got the ball.
Your Korma's gone off.
I don't microwave. Thank you. One marinates. One's curry. Doing well, but it's just quality's abysmal. When I say doing well, it's just relatively speaking, we are passing it around, and then we don't know what to do anymore.
Yeah, it's just stringing passes, not a few passes together in the final third, just panic.
Should have got George Earthy back.
I don't know.
Or the other one, whatever his name is.
Just flat, isn't it? It's just always flat.
The one at Huddersfield. Yeah. It's, again, good passing to get it round to Wan-Bissaka on the wing. Soufal on the wing. Come on, cross it in. Crosses it in, not too bad. No. We're asking for handball, but I don't think so. Oh, fuck's sake. We work it well, we cross it well, but then it goes to Emerson, who's not really, he hasn't been in the opponent's box in his footballing career, so he doesn't really know what to do. And then Villa attack on the counter. That's going to be a foul. Surely, ref, yeah, that's a foul to Villa. 18 yards away from goal. Alvarez foul. As long as he doesn't give a yellow card, I don't think he will. He shouldn't, but this was like repeat fouling. No, it was Bailey. It's lazy from Alvarez. It was a foul.
I think ref was waiting to give.
Callum Marshall
because he was running.
Yeah, Callum Marshall. I mean,
yep.
Someone who's just used to being in the box and doesn't panic. Doesn't need to be especially wonderful. Just get in the box. PC Thomas. Chances are appearing. Summer so guilty I would get Okako from AC Milan. I don't know about Italian football. I don't really watch it.
James says silly foul from Alvarez. Yeah, he always it's not it's Alvarez, isn't it? Not a fan.
This is a horrible position to give it a free kick away in.
Who's stepping up with this? Tillemans does kind of hit him, can't he?
It could easily be 1-1 at this point. It could be. Yeah, free kick meetings always, it's just indulgent, self-indulgent from footballers.
It's just taking their time. It's time wasting.
Just to be the centre of attention. Discussing what should we do. Why don't you just shoot? It's the basic idea. Have a shot. Oh, it's probably going to be a Deeney left foot. Possibly, I mean, Tielemans and Deeney are there. You'd think from this angle it will be a Deeney left foot. Usually free kicks these days go into the wall. Oh, for God's sake. Deeney steps up. Nope, terrible. Over the crossbar. Thank God for that. Terrible free kick. They always do that as well. Like most free kicks these days hit the wall, and it's always after a discussion with it like, oh, what should we do? I don't know, shoot. Okay, that's crap.
Yeah. I mean,
well,
it's just time wasting. How can you take that long to take a free kick?
It is a bit weird the refs do nothing at that point when they give yellows for goal kicks that are delayed. And we have a throw-in in their half, comes back on. Kudus crowded out, as per usual. Villa counter.
Got to be thinking about a change now, isn't he? 3 minutes to the 60 minutes. That's usually typical.
More or less. The only thing is that we're actually having like our best patch of the game. That Paqueta, that should have been a goal. 6.5 yards out.
Yeah.
Ball comes down the wing. Emerson, I think, crosses it in. Nothing cross, goes to Villa player. And then Villa have a lot of space to then bring it out. But then they go backwards.
I get confused where Alvarez plays sometimes because he's in a back four quite a lot. I mean, we've got 5 at the back and he seems to be the 6th person in defence. I find it weird.
Yeah, Mike's travels, we're doing pretty well after dodgy first 10 minutes.
Yeah. Doing all right. We're doing all right, but doing nothing, if that makes sense.
Have any free kicks been scored this year? Was Alexander Arnold's against Fulham last season? Apart from that. Oh, against us, yeah, Bournemouth. Against West Ham, yes. The Bournemouth one, whoever that player was that scored for Bournemouth against us away. That was against Fabianski. That was a Mavropanos goal, so.
Wow. Rare as hen's teeth.
James Lee, first 10 minutes the worst, yes. We've got possession. And we're passing it around. It's just this invisible barrier that when we get near their goal,
yeah,
we stop playing football.
The legs go.
And just like, we act as if the ball is a ticking time bomb. Got it in defence.
Bloody hell. There's nothing in front of us.
Around. Villa barely press. Someone said, yeah, it's kind of ironic Villa and Moyes balling us. And then someone will go, don't talk about David Moyes. Paqueta plays it forward, but player who played it to Soler, yeah, doesn't have anything about him. So Wan-Bissaka gets out of Kudus. All good play. Cross into box. Keeper collects. Keeper drops. Come on. Shot. Oh, so close. That was so close.
We're getting closer. Well, that's a good thing.
Martinez fakes an injury. Surprise, surprise.
He's never a dirty one, isn't he?
And then Cash, because they clashed together, so they're both faking. Could have been better. Villa in goal. Villa players clash. Soler tries to get it back in. That much difference, and that ball hits Paqueta and goes in.
We're getting closer, though. We are getting closer. They are looking rattled, Villa.
I mean, we're in a better position this time than we were against them in the cup. Trying to be positive, trying to be a cheerful, chirpy, cheery chappy.
Is that on target from Soler?
No.
No.
Corner, ball bobbles around, no, Villa clear. Wan-Bissaka gets it, loops it over to nowhere. Kudus has a lot to do. Don't foul him. Don't foul him, don't foul him, don't foul him. Still pressing Villa. No, Alvarez is now against 2, so they knock it around. They try to go long. Soufal gets it, pumps it back to nothing. Paqueta challenges for it. No, Villa are going to pass it out. And Souček fouls their player. Dean can feel a goal.
Yeah. I'd like to see it.
Another shot on target. I don't think that was on target. And now we've just given them a free kick. Where the hell does all this dog hair come from? Oh, yeah, the desk. Yeah, just giving them a free kick. That's going to slow down. And they're going to pass it around the fence.
Tielemans is a right whiny bitch, isn't he?
Yeah, a lot of Villa players are. They weren't like that, but we're attacking well. Come on, Paqueta is attacking with it. So much open space now. Just need the right decision, the right time. Tries to get it through, but shit decision. It wasn't really that ball there.
This is working.
Away, then they counter. Still countering up to the 18-yard line in the box. Oh, shoot, gets blocked. Whew, got a bit lucky there. Now we're kind of countering with our non-pace. Cash fouls. Morgan Rogers fouls, and he's a yellow card. There we go. Referee did one thing correct. Changes. Probably a good time to make.
Yeah, I was about to say that. Would you take Souček off now? He's on a yellow.
Yeah, Soler and Paqueta are actually offering themselves up. They're not making great decisions all the time, but this feels like not. I mean, if you've got to take someone off, it's probably got to be Souček for. I mean, all we've got is Guilherme and then Irving and Deng. So
I mean, again, Irving looks like a safe player. He's like a David Batty type player, but we won't do anything with it.
Yeah, West Ham free kick, pump forward.
Duran coming on.
Nothing. Yep, Duran is entering the pitch. Ominous music plays. Duran steps onto the pitch.
I mean, he's in my dream team as well, so.
I don't know what that song is. Da, da, da. Is it the Horseman of the whatever someone just said? Is that the song? Oh dear, John Duran.
As Jamie says, Duran coming on. You know what happens next. Hasib says Souček off for Irving. Oh, he's just such an unexciting player, Irving. I've got nothing against him, but what could he do? I don't know what he can do. He hit a banger.
Yeah,
he hit an absolute banger in pre-season against Dagenham, and that's the last thing I can actually remember him doing.
he's a bit too calm, casual, and careful.
Hmm.
There's nothing on Paddy Power about John Duran.
Yeah, Dazib says Villa rubbing it in, bringing in attackers off the bench. I mean, to have that quality on the bench is separates the gulf. Marky Boy says Julian Faubert coming on for him. He did look a bit like him, didn't he? Actually, yeah.
What's his name? Malin. Malin had a shot. It was bad, straight at the goalkeeper.
George says Paqueta off for Ings. It's been decent today.
Yeah, he's basically been okay. I mean, there was just that miss. Played through to Rodgers on goal. It looked offside to me, but no, still not given. Although we did get possession and we play it out with Souček trying to spread it to Emerson.
Alvarez did well there, actually.
Nak Ernest says Kudus will score. I would like that to be true, but he's just got too much work to do whenever he gets the ball. No, we've got the ball, but we're being very slow passing around the fence. Still passing around the fence.
Yeah, I mean, when Emerson, like the ball was played out to Emerson on the left, just so much space in front of him.
Oh, Alvarez. Oh God, is Alvarez on the yellow? That's one yellow for him.
Yeah, I don't think he was. No.
Okay, thank God for that. That was a deliberate handball. So he's on the yellow now.
Yeah, I mean, he should have had a yellow in the first. No, he shouldn't actually. That was the one where Digne went down and threw out.
Yeah, I mean, that was one of those 5 out of 10 Alvarez things where he got the ball as a midfielder would normally and is expected to then pass forward, turn something, and he just basically falls over the ball.
Yeah.
My God.
I mean, now get him off because you know he's going to get another one.
Yeah, I can't believe he doesn't. Well out by, I think, Cresswell, yes. Rodgers on the ball, crosses it in. We clear it. In theory, we could counter, but... Oh, God. Villa have got it and they attack. John Duran shoots, gets blocked. Oh, God. It's just Villa keep attacking, keep attacking. Then no, nothing comes of it.
Well, you're just like, oh, God. Oh, God. He said that about 3 times in a row. Oh, God.
It's just like other games where, if not but for one defensive horror show, we'd actually be in it. It's like so many other games this season. And now we're already 1-0 down. So all it takes is just them to get any form of goal. It could be the worst goal on planet Earth, and we're out of it. I mean, we're attacking, same as always. Wan-Bissaka's had it on the right wing a lot, but he doesn't really know what to do with it when he gets there. Jinx around. We're in good position. I mean, Kudus had the ball 20 yards from goal there. Cross comes in.
Yes.
Emerson header.
The new striker.
Header from a Wan-Bissaka cross.
Lovely header.
Unbelievable. I did not expect Emerson header.
I mean, no one had Emerson to score, did they? Come on.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Okay.
Now, this is where we don't want to go down to 10 men. We definitely want to now. We've been good. We've been good.
Good time for a change, I think.
Yeah, it was a good cross, Wan-Bissaka. I wasn't Wan-Bissaka, sorry, wasn't it? It was
change something. We've been playing well, we've been doing well, but also at this point in time, something of a change. Souček on the yellow, Alvarez on the yellow.
Alvarez cross. Great cross, Alvarez. Well done, mate.
Alvarez,
I love that.
Hold on 1 second.
Oh, an Alvarez cross and an Emerson header. I mean, who would have predicted that?
Unlikely.
Beautiful.
All right, make a change. I think we've got someone warming up. Change is about to happen. Can't see it. I think it was Scars from here. Yeah, maybe get Cresswell off. I don't think any of the defenders. I don't think Kilman or Wan-Bissaka are on yellows. Villa are warming up.
No, we've got Cresswell and Souček and Alvarez on yellows.
Andre Tuffin Innes. I'm blamed for being posh. But anyway, vindication. Now we see the genius of no strikers. I'm defo not caught up in the moment. We're still not about to make a change. Someone was getting ready, but now Villa are doing John McGinn and some small chap. Who looks like a miniature version of John McGinn. They're bringing on 2 John McGinns.
Yeah. Buendia. Does look like him, doesn't he?
Yeah, Onyx is so glad no subs were made. Some midfield control would be nice. It's just my, yeah, I would guess Skulls Cresswell, but it's no, yeah, McGinn and Buendia. I don't know Buendia like that. Let's have a look.
Emerson off, is it?
Still hasn't been made. If we can keep possession now, if we can do exactly what we've been doing for the last 30 minutes or so. Paddy Power have now got John Duran to score or be shown a card 5-2. Okay. We're still playing it around. This is what I want to see.
Yeah.
Keep playing it. Keep playing it.
Yeah, we just don't want to concede it again quick, you know.
Yeah, we don't want them to shift. Yeah, exactly. We don't just want to sit back. We've got to keep doing exactly what we've been doing. Play it forward. Souček does play it forward, but that's to Paqueta. That's going nowhere.
Wan-Bissaka's had a good game as well today. A few of them had a good games.
I don't think... now we've got 2 players ready to come on. Cresswell's got it. I mean, Soufal, Alvarez need to release. Still got possession. No problem. Villa still aren't really pressing at that point when Kilman's got the ball in defence, which is unexpected.
Richard said, I wonder if Guido Rodriguez would make a good player to bring on. Slow down the centre of the park. Oh, I wouldn't want him to come on.
Yeah, I think we're all with Hasib at this point.
Yeah. This would be a good away.
Yeah, the performance. There's nothing wrong with the performance. It's just the defensive crapness and then the natural apprehension that I still have at our defense.
Danny Ings is going to get a winner here. Come on, Ings.
Kansas Storm wants the win.
Yeah.
Ings needs to run. Last 2 times he's come on, he's not elected to do running, and he needs to run. Stephen Russell says that goal is just another reason not signing on. Jesus, Stephen. Get on board with the moment of good feeling, Stephen. Don't be so tetchy and negative. Just more negative than I am. Throw comes in from Thingy, Soufal, Souček. Spanked over from Alvarez.
I mean, Ings back at Villa, he's got a point to prove, so it's a good place as any to get a goal.
Yeah. Did they make the check? I guess they made the check. Where is Ings then?
Yeah, he come on.
Now Ings is left and Paqueta's central. So Ings should now be pressing Cash, but now Cash just pumps it up. We win it. Ings is now on the left wing. That's a foul, ref. Thank you. Ings is on the left wing. Make of that what you will. Yeah, Dean says Ings, as I spoke when he was coming on doing well. I mean, that was years ago. In fairness, Dean, he did it. I know he did it once against Fulham. That was fine. Yeah, it's just Mark says press them. They're cracking at the back is true, but they still have pace to counter, and we don't have much in that regard. So, still very, very concerning situation to be in.
I'd take it. I'd just take them 1-1 at 76 minutes for sure.
I love a 1-1 so much. Cross comes in, but no. Curtis gets it back to Wan-Bissaka. Get it in the box. He does. Swings across. Souček. Oh, no. Decent. Not bad. Not bad, but goes over the crossbar. Will fancies us to win. Come on. Come on. George says that formation change. I don't know. We've just got the ball at the moment. Flies across the face of the goal. Yeah, Mr. Hammer says we're getting joy with these crosses. We are pushing. It's all very true. It's all very true. We are dominant.
I mean, they are the nervy ones at the moment, aren't they? You get more crosses in.
Yeah, Villa get a throw in. That's going to slow it down. See, James Gunn is now a believer.
Yeah, and Richard makes a great point. We're actually trying to win a game at the end. We love to see it. We're not just trying to go for this point. We are pushing.
Yeah, I mean, we've done the right thing. Like, that goal went in and I was really worried we'd sit back. When we've basically proved to ourselves for 70 minutes that we can keep possession.
Steve says, overall, would you say this is a good performance? And then just before that, Richard said, this is the best I've seen us play in such a long time. I mean, I think we've been okay. Probably is the best we've seen us play.
We've been really good at some things. It's going to be one of those games where it's impossible to call the time, and it's just going to be easy to say in hindsight, depending on the result.
Very nervy.
We do all this and do all this, and then just have another defensive problem. It's going to be difficult to forget the rest of it. But performance-wise, we've been the better team. Could have in the box, but no. Oh, come on, Chris. That was a chance to do something. And then Villa are going to try and counter. With the players that we've got, since their goal went in, there's not much else we could have done. Yeah, I mean, possession-wise, we're fine. Playing it, the way we move it forwards, all good.
We've had almost 100 more passes than them.
I just feel terrible when they attack. Well, that was a crap dynamic. They cross and it goes out for a throw-in.
57% possession away from home and 100 more passes than your opponents. This is not what Loppy and Moyes did. So this is what
Don't mention David Moyes.
The Scottish twat. I'll call him that instead.
Yeah, well, yes, Macbeth is the Scottish play.
Yeah.
Not being posh, but that was from Blackadder.
Blackadder, yeah. So
he's just a Scottish man.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, Villa are going to start countering now. Obviously, they're going to feel like they've got to win this. Decent from Scholes, was that? That was Scholes. That was incredibly good. Wins possession without making a tackle. Yeah, it was. Takes it up the pitch, passes to a teammate. Perfect. Still 10, 15 minutes left. Alan, don't bring us any further negativity. We've got enough. DC's fallen in sweet, sweet love with Potter, even though pre-Potter, I think we all saw DC's comments about that he didn't like Potter. So
we are fickle, but we're going for it.
Well, we'll counter, but blocked by Kilman. Loads of space for them to spring into now. John Duran, Kilman. Duran shoots, gets there before Kilman, but goes out. That was quite worrying because Kilman was ahead of him and could have got something in there, but Duran slid in to shoot. I mean, Kilman knew it was happening. That's better than he's been recently, but he should have got to that first.
Yeah, also, Areola sort of came and hesitated as well.
James Lee dropping unnecessarily regal lineage into the chat there. Is there such thing as Scottish royalty? Queen Mary would have said so. Let's bring up some history. Let's go back 600 years.
Always nervy, isn't it? It's always nervy, West Ham.
Yeah. When we've got the ball, we're doing pretty well. We're never far from... I mean, Kudus is having one of those weird games where he's good, but still a couple of decisions could be better.
Yeah, Sean says, it's definitely better than the West Ham we've had recently. Nice to see us going for the game and not sitting back, especially away from home.
Kilman's been spreading it up to Wan-Bissaka a number of times now. Wan-Bissaka crosses it in. No shot, perhaps. That was that Sufar? No, it was Danny Ings.
Oh, Ings.
Misses the target. Arguably should do better from 20 yards out. Kilman spreads it out very well to Wan-Bissaka, who's probably offside anyway. If that went in, I reckon that would be VAR, Wan-Bissaka offside. But the play was good. Yeah, 18-yard line. Ings misses the target. Yeah, and it's just Villa counters. When they Villa counter,
yeah, that's when they look dangerous now.
Yeah, I mean we've all lined up. We're in position. Wan-Bissaka needs to wake up a bit.
I mean, to be fair for Ings, that was a tough one. He took it really quickly.
Yeah, professional football, 100 grand a week. Hit the target. 18
not
yards
many.
in goal. But I think Wan-Bissaka was offside anyway. Kudus winning possession. Yeah, wins possession. Can he get it out? Back to Sufal. Kudus there. Don't lose it. Oh, don't lose it. Sufal has time and space. Spreads it forward well. It's a bit bitty. It's a bit scrappy. We don't really need to be doing this because we take the 1-1. Alvarez loses possession. Souček. Should have done better. Just head it to him. Yeah, don't give them time. Sufal does well to come up. In theory, this would be a counter, but we've got no one to do that. Come on, Wan-Bissaka. We win a throw-in. I mean, it's Paqueta, and all he's got is Ings just trying to counter. Wan-Bissaka's been really good attacking.
Yeah, he has. He's had a good game.
You check into the box. It's just shit. Good intent, but it's just terrible. Wan-Bissaka again. Is that a foul, ref? I mean, he was hacked, but referee doesn't give anything. Paqueta's on the ball. Sufal, get it in. Get it in. No, shit.
Blocked.
Oh, we got a corner. Yeah, it's great stuff from us. Effort's there, commitment is there, belief is there.
Paqueta's been, I think, had a good effort, had a lot of good efforts. The work rate is definitely so much better.
Yeah, well, it's all there. It's just you've got Sufal crossing to Ings. She's not quite the level where you want to be. Lining up the corner. Some people are talking about who's the best player so far. A bit premature for that, but maybe Paqueta. Kudus has been working a lot.
Wan-Bissaka gets a winner for us.
Yeah, only going to know in 10 minutes. Cross comes in. No, pretty close, but no. A lot of people calling out. Yeah, Paqueta has been doing really well.
Yeah, Kudus has done really well. Between Kudus and Paqueta for me, I think.
So far, I'd probably say Wan-Bissaka for the work he's been doing has been good.
He's done well.
He also did work to get us in position to make the goal for us. too much wide open space now. Got to keep the work rate up. Can't just fall back when they bring the ball onto us. We can't just go back.
Definitely has going for a win though.
Well done, Wan-Bissaka. Get the ball out. Get it out. No, he does pretty well, but obviously no striker. As everyone's been saying many times, because no striker means you can't, we get in a lot of positions where it would be nice to just put it over the top and have someone run onto it, but Alvarez gets very, very close to a second yellow.
I'll get him off, Alvarez.
Yeah, I mean, he's basically pleading with his eyes to the ref there. Villa are all around the ref asking for the second yellow. Ball gets back in play. Villa attack up the wing.
You just take him off now and get Guillermo on. I mean,
Villa on the right wing. Cross gets dug out by Cresswell. Villa 3-1, West Ham 8-1. Replaying the Alvarez moment now. I mean, it probably wasn't a yellow,
but he's always on the edge, isn't he? He's on the edge.
Yeah, I mean, there's two replays there. One, he's grappling with McGinn. Villa corner, cross comes in.
I mean, he's nowhere near the ball, is he? So
cleared by Kilman. Alvarez is doing well to get up to it, but he's one lunge away from a red.
Yeah. He just doesn't care that he's on a yellow. He's that sort of player. He will just play the same way no matter what.
Yeah, he's just not thinking. Cresswell there backing up Mallon into a corner. But Villa are probably going to get the cross in, playing it in.
And Kilman hasn't even been bad today.
That was a foul. Okay, the referee does call it, thank God. Yeah, you could see you couldn't see who said it, but when Alvarez had that foul and he pleaded with the ref, then he turned around and he was saying like okay to someone, one of his teammates was telling him stop. 88 minutes. Oh, official time. This is 89. Come on, please. I would love a draw out of this situation. Yeah, Alvarez off. Alvarez off for Irving.
Mr. Hammer says, playing devil's advocate, Alvarez wouldn't be the same player without that aggression. That true, and we like aggression.
It's fair enough, but
you've got to be a bit smart with it as well.
Yeah.
I mean, Guillermo's got to get. I mean, he can't be there, can he? If you can't get on now, what's the point?
Villa attack. Very, very, very good tackle from Scarles. Clean, wins possession, passes it forward, wins the throwing. Absolutely tip-top fullback play from Scarles there.
Yeah, I'd love to Irving to get the winner. Just
the second time he's done that. Clean tackle. No slide necessary. Oh, for fuck's sake. It's up to 90 minutes now.
Oh.
Cresswell with the throw-in. Goes nowhere. Bobbling around. Villa are going to try and break. Wan-Bissaka very nicely comes over to get it. Souček through. Kudus has a lot of work to do. It's going to be a corner, is it? Please. Fuck. Goal kick.
Spencer said if West Ham win, he just needs Man U to win for 4,600. Spencer, touch wood for you, mate. Touch wood.
Fair enough. Might do a partial cash out on the profit, if that's the case. Seven minutes injury time.
7 minutes. Typically, right now, if that 7 had gone out, we'd be like, oh, God's sake, just blow the whistle like the beginning. But now I think we're so on the up. We're so pressing. That's not bad. I don't mind 7 minutes. I think we could win this.
Crazy talk. Excellent pass from Kudus, span out to Skulls, probably that is. No, that was Souček. And then he gets it back to Cresswell, pumps it up, no one's there. Paqueta goes for it. I think he's probably offside anyway. He's in the corner with it. I haven't given the offside yet. Still trying to keep possession. Andy Irving comes forward, right in the corner. Pass goes into the box. Ings tries to do something with it and buggers it up. Now they're going to have a bit of time to pass it out. Attack down the left. Wan-Bissaka needs to stay up. Excellent tackle from Wan-Bissaka, but Villa have still got it. They're going to do the same thing.
He's nervy.
Cross comes in, no one's there, gets cleared. Bobbling around a bit. It does track Tielemans. That should be a foul. That has to be out. Referee gives it the other way. Referee gives it the other way. Oh, it's a throw-in. I thought Kudus gets the touch on it. Tielemans does take him out there. Cross comes in for Villa, into the box, goes over the top. Wan-Bissaka's got time. Dinks it forward, but Souček's not going to do it. Oh, gets a bit lucky with the bobble. Souček comes forward. No one to pass to. Gets it back to Andy Irving. Kudus over to Skulls. Slowly attacking. Tries to play it over. It's going to be too much to ask for Cresswell. Paqueta. No, Paqueta tries an overhead that wasn't on. Andy Irving, no. Scrappy. Villa pump it forward to John Duran. Kilman's there. Gets it first. Okay, we've got a bit of time possession.
I think it's Villa that'll be wanting the full-time whistle to go.
To a degree, yeah. I mean, if they're at home, the last thing they want is us to snatch it after they lost midweek. Ball gets pumped up. Souček's there. So much to do, bobbling around. No. We're trying to win it. We've got 3 players in the box. Kudus, Paqueta and Souček are waiting for the cross. So we're trying to win it. Mm-hmm. But then that obviously leaves us very open.
Bounces off Souček, though. Touch is terrible.
Villa have got it. They're not attacking with any haste at all. They're passing it around slowly and casually. We need to wake up. John Duran goes down. Referee does nothing. We play it forward. Kudus, too much to do, I think. Paqueta comes forward, but no. Paqueta's pulled up. Hamstring. Hopping. Oh, cramp. It's holding his groin. Could be just cramp. I think it's cramp. Oh, try and make a quick sub. Villa, attack. Get out to him. Get out. No, Cross comes in. Ooh, got to get out to them. Oh, get out. Get out. Get out. Spanked over the bar by Tielemans. No, Buendia. Paqueta's holding his groin.
Yeah, just get off. Get off then.
Yeah. He's moving at the same time.
No. If you pull up like that, then...
Yeah, I mean, definitely make a sub, because we're in the last few minutes. We're in the last few minutes, but he's not... It's just for his sake, he's not saying, oh, I can't. He's just moving around, so... he shouldn't have tried an overhead.
I should take it out of his hands, though.
Two minutes to go. Still pressing. Andy Irving presses. Villa win a free kick in their own half. We need to switch on. No, we don't switch on enough. They play it out. Andy Irving wins it. Pass back. Thank you. Scholes has it on the left. Play it back, play it back, play it back, play it back. Okay. Play it around defence. Play it around defence for 2 minutes would be nice.
Come on, Paqueta, get off.
No, just pump it forward and then their goalkeeper gets it. Villa are not bothered about winning this. You're absolutely right. They will take the draw, and I would take the draw. But still giving them space. They attack on the right. Goes nowhere. Wan-Bissaka. I think so far clear it. If we're going to clear it, it should be a thumped clearance. Aston Villa play, don't take it. So far, do not take that. Right, slow it down. Bring it back 6 yards. Thank you.
Come on.
All this going for the win is very heroic and lovely, but I've been here too many times.
It's handball.
Yeah, absolutely was. Don't think he gave a yellow.
We got yellow for that, didn't we?
Come on, last minute. If that. Official time is 90 plus 7.
Yeah, Richard, I totally agree. I don't know why we're not taking Paqueta off. He's obviously not moving.
Yeah, how are players grabbing the ball and not penalised? I mean,
yeah.
Kudus off, Rodriguez on. Thump it forwards and blow the whistle, please. Just thump it forwards.
Yeah.
Into the air.
Well, we're kind of at the 97. Who is your man of the match, Nick?
Right now, I still feel it's Wan-Bissaka. I could watch the highlights back and think it's Paqueta, but it's just what Wan-Bissaka's done. And there was a couple of really key moments where he had to get the tackle right. And he got it spot on. And he also saw a lot of danger when they were countering early on in their counter, and he went right over to stop that. Probably say Wan-Bissaka.
Yeah, I mean, it's nice that we've actually got a choice of 3 or 4 players that could get man of the match. That hasn't happened for quite some time. So as a team performance, it's been absolutely fantastic.
Come on. No, that can't be true. Paqueta flicks it to... Oh, Danny Ings wins it. Andy Irving attacking. Andy Irving crosses it. No, Sufa. Yes! Yes! Yes!
No, shouldn't take them off.
Is it offside? Oh, fuck, I think it's offside. Fuck. Oh, I think it's offside. Oh, no. Who was offside? Oh, shit, he's offside. Fuck, Souček's offside. Damn it to bollocks.
It was too good to be true.
Oh, fuck. Damn it.
Let's have another look.
Souček was offside. Shit.
Yeah, mile off. Absolutely.
Well, game over. 1-1. Fuck it.
Still, we'll say that was a much better game.
Almost snatched it. Unbelievable end. The official score still says 2-1, but it's not. Souček was offside. 1-1. Finished.
We'll take that. I'm happy. That's a great result. That is a really good result. Brilliant performance. And again, if we'd had a striker, if we'd had a Duran, and somebody like that that could put it away, we could have won that one. So I think Potter, he's doing it. He's turning it around. I'm well happy. You?
Yeah, I mean, it was basically a dream second half, because we did really well in the last 15 minutes of the first half. The question is, what happens then? Are they going to come at us? Do we sit back? But we didn't. Then we get the goal. Same fear. Are we just going to sit back and say, great, and just let them come on? But we actually kept attacking. Obviously, so close to snatching at the end. We had those couple of Paqueta chances that could have gone in as well. So I guess that's basically the perfect performance after Fulham, bit iffy, Palace, terrible. Effort was there, ability to pass out and work. Perhaps you could say, overanalyzing it, that Villa had a midweek game and that something. But for what we did, yeah, the effort was there. That's what we want to see. Effort through the game, and we got it. Skulls did amazing. So, I wish we won that game. But anyway, amazing point. amazing point to get at this stage. And we've got another week till Chelsea game.
Next week.
Oh yeah, third. Yeah.
Yeah, next Monday, isn't it? So Monday night's the next one. So we will see you all there. Appreciate you watching along with us. Thanks very much, and have a great week.